And Tommy Crab.
We follow orders or people die. Are we clear?
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Yes, sir.
So there's not many times that I've really wanted to be in Destin, Florida for the spring meetings. Not that we wouldn't enjoy a couple days on the beach, but I would say this is one of the more anticipated conversations and different topics that we've had at the spring meetings in quite some time because of the conflict right now with Jimbo Fisher, Nick Saban, future scheduling with Texas and Oklahoma entering the league, a possible SEC-only playoff. A lot has come out in the last day and will come out in the coming days with the SEC spring meetings. Bobby Warnes was on that 2015 team that went to Stillwater and came out the victor as not. They weren't the top dog, as you know. They did not host that year. And then Missouri State had to come over because of the conflict. I want to kind of talk about his connection since he is on staff with this baseball team. Teddy Cahill at Baseball America is going to join us at 8 o'clock this morning as we get a rolling here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday. Full house on deck. I'm here. Drew's here. Tommy's up in Northwest Arkansas as we get a rolling this morning. Tommy.
And we are brought to you by Farm Credit. If you farm, you got enough to worry about without worrying about how much your payments are going to be month to month on your variable or balloon interest rate loan. Interest rates are on the rise. We know that. It's time to check out Farm Credit's long-term fixed rate options. They offer the longest terms in the ag industry, and long-term fixed rates means there's no surprises and your payments remain the same for the life of your loan. That's the peace of mind you need right now in these changing interest rate climates. Find a Farm Credit office near you at myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com. And set your operation up for success and rest easy. Farm Credit is an equal housing lender. Yeah, it'd be pretty nice to be down in Destin right now before the summer heat really sets in. And I think you're right. There's some interesting talks. You know, they have a lot of talks. I'm not sure how many decisions get made down here in Destin, but there are a lot of interesting conversations that do take place.
Yeah, it looks like it's more interesting than usual. It feels in years past that nothing as substantial has come out of these meetings, but I think in this case it would actually be worth the trip to go down there. So we'll talk about that a little more coming up. We've got a full show this morning. Tommy, we are also going to be, also need to mention this at the top of our show and several times through it and the rest of the week. We're going to be live at Granny's Kitchen on Friday. Phil's going to be there. I'm going to be there. So we're going to do kind of a pseudo morning rush halftime combo from 6 a.m. to 11:30. And I want you to listen to this. So the Fat Granny Special, are you ready for this? Mm-hmm. A chicken fried steak topped with Texas toast, piled with fries, covered in sausage gravy, cheddar cheese, bacon, ham, onions, and crumbled sausage. I think I know what I'm getting on Friday, Tommy.
Well, no, that's during the week. That's not the weekend yet. You
Friday's
eat healthy, really? No. Friday's a work week. We're talking before 9 a.m. You'll have to. We'll call Granny and see if we can get you a spinach artichoke smoothie or something on the way for you.
Almost fell over when I saw that picture, and I'm out of town, so I'm gonna probably forego my no drinking during the week and have a beer or two with Phil at Eskimo Joe's on Thursday night. So a lot of terrible.
Drew, are
decisions.
you available to go? Maybe Drew Maybe I need to rethink
you already put the hotel
staff.
on my name. It's okay.
Well,
man.
that's changeable. Trust me, that's changeable.
I'm available. Whatever you need, Tom.
All right. Well, it sounds like he's got plans to do very little work and a lot of partying or something. So I don't know. Maybe I need to rethink these staff assignments.
See, the good ones can do both. I know it's difficult for you two gentlemen not being I mean, you're just not built different, so you wouldn't know. It's one of us is born
You're right,
in
because
Little
we
Rock,
constantly
Arkansas.
get reminded we're not from the 501, Tommy.
You're just not. One of y'all is from Memphis, one of y'all is from Fort Smith. You need a Little Rock flair. Right. That's what I bring to the show every single day. The cockiness. Because Little Rock, I would say, 501, what I've learned from living in the three biggest metropolitan areas in our state, and Little Rock is my least favorite, to be quite honest, living in Northwest Arkansas, Central Arkansas, and in the River Valley. Little Rock definitely has the cockiest people that live there, I would say. Do you agree with that statement of the three big metropolitan areas?
Well, I've not lived there, so
I guess you can't determine that. Well, you work with one every day. I don't know if I'm a great indicator.
That is a great point. I did not consider that angle. I would say absolutely that is the question.
The cockiest,
or the answer rather.
Yeah, but no, it'll be a good weekend. We'll be down at the Tub races in Hot Springs on Saturday, so I'll go to Stillwater on Friday for Game 1. Head over to Hot Springs for the Tub races, and then we will have ourselves a dandy of a weekend. If you go back to 2015, we know what happened where Arkansas escaped and got back to Fayetteville. Tommy, there's no guarantee that UNC wins in Chapel Hill this weekend. And I know people were joking about, oh, man, 3 weeks ago you were going to be hosting a Super. Well, technically, you still could. You just got to have some things go your way this weekend.
Well, let's see if we can beat Grand Canyon first. I mean, right now you just haven't played great baseball. Maybe some time away and some time off will galvanize some things. But right now they haven't thrown. We were talking about this with Clay and yesterday, and the team got a couple of days off heading into that 09 regional, and then what ended up being a super regional. Maybe I think we all believe the talent's there. Mm-hmm. Maybe just somehow you've relieved the pressure. I do think there's something to the idea that, hey, once you step away from the pressure of SEC and the level of competition, there's no question, nothing against Grand Canyon, but they're not going to have the same level of arms and bats that an SEC team will have up and down the roster. But for one day, they can put it together. We've seen it happen before. Somewhere, a 4 will be to 1. It generally always happens. So, there's no guarantee just because Stillwater's hosting it and Oklahoma State is the 1 seed in that regional that they're the team moving on. So, Vegas odds that you put up yesterday for us to discuss had those two teams about even. So, Arkansas needs to go over there with the right mindset, and I think they can absolutely come out of there with a chance to extend their season. I don't know if it's better to play next weekend at home or go to somewhere like Chapel Hill. I don't know. Because right now playing at home hasn't been, as of late, hasn't been the best option either. I know it's great for the fans, but if you're talking about trying to get to Omaha, maybe the best deal is to keep your efforts on the road.
I'll tell you what, Tommy, I will give you $100 of the company money to bet on Arkansas to win the regional this weekend in Stillwater, or I'll give you $1,000 of the company's money to bet on Arkansas to win the SEC championship, which they're plus 5,000 right now. What's the better investment?
Who upped your security clearance?
Well, I just have the company credit card that I just got from Capital One in, and I put Pearson Broadcasting on there, so we're good to go. So what is the better investment? Is the $1,000 for plus 5,000 on Arkansas to win the SEC championship in football, or is it the $100 for them to win the regional in baseball? Is that an easy answer? Is it just throwing on Stillwater?
Yeah. Based on the level of risk.
The disrespect you just threw out for Sam Pittman, Tommy.
You asked me which one's the better bet.
I hope he's not listening this morning.
Well, he's at the beach. He ain't listening.
You answered that quickly. No thought or time given to this football team. The disrespect you're leveling out this morning already, man. No thought at all.
Don't show your. I don't need. They're even odds with the 1 seed in Stillwater. They're way down the list for winning the football championship. You said it's plus 5,000 for football.
Yes.
It's plus 150 for baseball. I really need to explain this. I forgot you're from the 501, so yeah, you are built different. If I need to explain plus 150 versus plus 5,000, then.
Dang you and your logic this morning, your logical thought process coming in with some intelligent thought.
Brought to you by World of Wireless, 877-305-DISH. Make the move to DISH right now. Get a $100 Visa gift card. You can get a 2-year price guarantee, so it makes it inflation-proof, and be installed before this weekend. Have all your favorite channels, 3 TVs in the house, less than $90 a month. 877-305-DISH for WOW World of Wireless.
Talk more baseball and football coming up.
Streaming live from
the company you can trust when it comes to building quality fencing and gates is looking for quality people to join the Fenceman team. If you are a fence builder or have building or welding experience, apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fenceman offers great pay and a $500 sign-on bonus. Join the top fence building team and get a $500 sign-on bonus. The Fenceman. Apply today in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fenceman is an equal opportunity opportunity employer.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
A little girl asked me one time, "Pastor, does the devil have a mother?" I was shocked by her deep question and thought for a second. Yes, he does. Her name is pride. The devil fell because of a rebel yell of pride. The Bible says pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. Pride really is the mother of all sins and will take you on a dark ride. There's nothing more devilish than being rebellious. I'm Pastor Heath. Check us out at woodlandpeople.church.
Our partners at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the NBA playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that the MLB is back as well. Who are you picking to win the World Series? BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's super easy to get started, so head to the website today or use your mobile device to join and use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.
Dent Source, the leader in auto hail repair for over 20 years. Our certified technicians service all vehicles and offer a lifetime warranty. Dent Source will keep you on the road with a courtesy vehicle and offer free pickup and delivery. Dent Source, now open in Fort Smith.
7600. That's 494-7600.
Doe's Eat Place, serving award-winning steaks, has now added lobster tail and salmon to the menu. You can also enjoy delicious appetizers along with your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Doe's Eat Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Call 784-9111. That's 784-9111. Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria is the #1 place to watch every Arkansas baseball game this season. The Hogzilla Specialty Pizza is only $16.99. The Hogzilla Specialty Pizza is made with pulled pork from Newmeyer's Rib Room, sausage, Canadian bacon, pepperoni, crispy bacon, and cheese. Dusted with Newmeyer's Rib Rub. Cheer on the Omahags every game day at Papa's. 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Building a home can be stressful. This is true whether you're the homeowner or the contractor. Many times these issues result in a lawsuit. If you are a homeowner or a contractor and find yourself needing legal help, call the attorneys at Kevin Hickey Law Partner. With experience representing homeowners as well as non-payment or other issues that could arise during construction. Contact Brad Hull or Kevin Hickey at 479-434-2414 in the River Valley or 479-802-6560 in Northwest Arkansas. Or check them out on the web at artriallawyers.com.
Hell yes! Hey folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources, where we've just had the perfect storm. Yeah, we got hail, but just enough to create a tsunami of savings for our customers. That's right, little bitty damage and great big old savings on a great selection of Rath road-ready vehicles. But you want to hurry in for the best selection, because this inventory is turning like a tornado. If you have damage on your car, bring it in. We'll trade for it just like it is, even if it looks like a Titleist. If you're keeping your car, let us take care of it for you in our Meineke Car Care Center with free AC check, half-off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. Better yet, trade it in and say hell yes to this perfect storm of savings. Don't wait till they're all fixed. Don't wait till they're all gone. Start driving better today during the hell yes sale at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
The pitch from Ramage struck him out swinging with a changeup, and Ramage ends the fifth with his fifth strikeout.
Streaming live at hitthatline.com.
All right, keeping it rolling here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday. We'll talk some SEC meetings coming up. Tommy Jason Carroll, formerly of the Pig Trail Nation's now doing stuff for Sport and Story. He actually is doing stuff in Stillwater right now. He said the Fat Granny special may end me, so I need to be, I guess, kind of careful walking. It looks like a gut bomb, but I'll bring you one if you want me to. It might be a little cold.
That may not travel well. Maybe we should check. Maybe what we should do is check his cholesterol before he leaves for the trip, and then when he comes back, and we could judge, the efficiency of his travels to Stillwater. Maybe if you don't go over there and get you some Eskimo Joes and some Grannies, it sounds like you're not doing it right over there.
Yeah, I'm not going to look great with my shirt off anytime soon. Not that I have any time lately, but that's just something to keep in mind as well.
Hey, speaking of your shirt off, it's pool season. That means the backyard needs to be ready to go. And mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas, that cannot be part of your plans for this spring and summer. Call Mosquito Joe of Arkansas. They're a family-owned business right here in the Natural State, making outdoors and pool time fun again for you this summer. For mosquito, tick, and flea-free yard this spring and summer, call Mosquito Joe, 479-202-9960. That's 202-9960, your first service. It's only $39. Find out more online at arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
Let's go down to Central Arkansas, welcoming Scotty. He's got a take on Arkansas baseball this morning. What's up, Scotty?
Hey, guys. I'm hoping this Stillwater Regional will just fall into line as it should, and we can get it together. But I started listening to Tommy and Derek because you guys tell it like it is. And, you always have. I don't agree with what Mr. Ruskin, the actual words that he said about the player, but he did have some good points. I agree. You can't call out a fan base if you've just been here 4 months and say, that's the reason why the team's not together. Free Derek Ruskin's what I'm saying, guys. Thanks.
Thank you for the call, Scotty. I mean, we addressed this yesterday, and I think you're right about the description of his words. Derek regrets what he said. I regret what he said. Trust me, we all do right now, because what he said was unnecessary. So appreciate the call this morning, and we're working through this process internally.
All right, moving on to SEC meetings. So Jimbo Fisher, Nick Saban, unfortunately, Tommy, did not sit together. I was really hoping that Greg Sankey would sit them right next to each other, but there were some SEC officials between them. Sam Pittman, actually, next to Nick Saban.
You sent in our note package for this morning the seating chart, and I mean, I've been on social media a lot the last few days, as you know, but I didn't see this. Where did you find this seating chart for the coaches meeting?
I got to give credit to Pat Smith at WJOX in Birmingham. He's the assistant program director and does the midday show over there. He is the one that put it out, and it blew up yesterday. Sam Pittman is sitting between the Auburn and Alabama coach Brian Harsin and Nick Saban, which, by the way, Brian Harsin right now has the #1 college football podcast in the country, which doesn't make any sense considering I guess Auburn fans are trying to find every little piece of dirt they can to fire him to get going. But this is again, you've been doing this longer than I have. I can't think of a time where I've been not that ever going to Destin's a bad idea. We'll talk about our best beaches coming up because I know there's different opinions on that. But I can't remember a time where there's been more anticipation about the SEC spring meetings than there is right now with everything going on.
Now, as I look at this seating chart, the one thing that doesn't make sense to me, they got Kirby Smart kind of stuck over here in the corner between Mark Stoops and Billy Napier. That doesn't seem like where a national champion, the reigning national championship coach ought to be seated, at least it doesn't to me. And I noticed the commissioner's kind of in the same spot on the opposite end of the table. That doesn't make sense to me. And it says William King's kind of in the where the this was the cabinet room at the White House. It says William King's kind of where the president would sit. Is that the Bill King that you guys have on halftime?
I don't think that's. I could be wrong.
I mean, I would kind of, that'd be surprising, but
SEC William King, SEC. I know Mark Womack. He's the scheduler. So if you want to yell at someone, you can yell at Mark Womack.
Associate commissioner or whatever.
He's the
John McDade's on there. He's in charge of the officials.
Yeah.
Herb Benson's the PR guy. Then next to all those guys is Jimbo.
Yeah.
So
you got Herb and William are both associate commissioners of the SEC. David Cutcliffe was just added this past offseason as a quote-unquote a special assistant to, and I think that was a big hire for them because you have to have a coach, and Cutcliffe is well-respected within the SEC ranks, and I think he'll be able to relate with a lot of these coaches and the issues they may be having on the field and off the field. I think that was a good hire from the SEC. I'm trying to think if there's any.
Yeah, you notice that they got David Cutcliffe. He's another one of those front office guys with the. He's been there a while. He's down there. He's sitting next to Sankey, so he's just taking notes. But you notice Cutcliffe is on one side of Jimbo Fisher, and whoever William King is, he's on the other. So they're there to, in case Jimbo wants to go across the table at Saban, they're there to pull him back. That's their job, right? And, because Saban's sitting over there, they know he's not going to do it. He's next to Pittman and Herb Benson. I mean, Pittman could one-hand him. He doesn't need two guys because they know Pittman could just snatch him up and get Nick under control with just, just lift one finger of your Pittman. That's all he needs.
I think Nick Saban, and we know Nick's tried to hire Sam Pittman before. Remember Bob Holtket was playing in the Inquisitor earlier this past year before the Bama game. He just kept trying to drag it out of Sam. He's like, didn't Nick try to hire you? He's like, and Sam played like, I don't know card, and then Bob just kept
Four
asking.
more questions later, here comes Bob again.
And he finally got it out of him. But there is and you're always going to have respect for Nick Saban, but I think Nick Saban has a great deal of respect, especially this past season, what occurred in Bryant-Denny Stadium, how Arkansas went toe-to-toe with Alabama. There is a good mutual respect there. So maybe Sam could learn a thing or two. Maybe he'll be able to take away, and maybe he'll figure out when Nick's leaving, which would be nice. Hey, Coach, when are you out the door? Why don't you give me a timeline so we can take over the SEC, or at least try and win an SEC West title at some point?
Yeah, I don't think Nick maybe knows quite when he's going to be out the door either right now. Hey, we're brought to you this morning by APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group. They're equal opportunity employers, and they have right now great opportunities for you within their company. If you're a CDL licensed driver without an automatic restriction, they've got openings right now for CDL licensed ready-mix drivers in Northwest Arkansas, Fort Smith, and in Harrison. So if you're looking for a new company, a great place that'll have you home every night because they work through the days, but steady hours, steady work with a great company, this is it. Sign-on bonus, profit sharing, great benefits plan, great company that you'll love to work for. That's Standard Materials Group and APAC Arcola. Apply online at jobs.crh.com. That's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group and APAC Arcola, equal opportunity employers.
Todd Richardson in studio like a seasoned vet this morning.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
At Clay Maxey Auto Group, making the relationship has been what we've always been about. Can't control the market, but we can control who we are and how we act every day. And we're just going to be really good at being us. It's always been more than just selling cars or servicing them. It's a people business. We're here to take care of the customer. To me, it's important that it's about the relationship, not the transaction. Come visit us today at Clay Maxey Auto Group.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunity, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Hardworking simplicity and serious durability. That's the winning combination you get when you pair a rugged Workmaster utility tractor with a Dura-Disc heavy-duty disc mower, both from New Holland and Williams Tractor, now WT Equipment in Springdale. You'll maximize the tonnage of your hayfields by slicing a clean, close swath, up to 10 foot 4 inches wide, all while operating in confidence and comfort with a Workmaster tractor with high visibility all-weather cab. Stop by WT Equipment in Springdale today to learn about this unstoppable New Holland team.
Save thousands during the storm damage sale at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Over 350 new and pre-owned vehicles were damaged during the recent storm, and now over $1 million in discounts will be passed on to Harry Robinson's customers. Some of the damage is really minor, but the savings are severe. Plus, there are still lots of vehicles that were not damaged in stock. Save thousands on your next vehicle during the storm damage sale at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
New for 2022 and in stock now at the Golf Nut, tailor-made stealth carbon face driver, Cobra LTD X Woods, hybrids, andirons, and Callaway Rogue ST driver. The Golf Nut has a great selection of golf bags, balls, shoes, and apparel. And in stock now, the new Puka headwear, pigs, pokes, and boomer hats. As always, check Facebook for daily specials. All this and more at the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith, your #1 golf shop since 1994.
Do you own apartment complexes, condos, and rental property? Then you have made a great investment. Now make another great decision by calling Trinity Multifamily to help you maximize your return. Trinity Multifamily offers full-service property management, marketing, leasing, sales, and all the services to make your cash flow. Take the hassles and frustrations out of ownership and call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer opens like every other seltzer, pours like every other seltzer, but it's not like every other seltzer. USDA certified organic, no added sugar, and low cal, so you've never seen another seltzer quite like it. And with new refreshing flavors like black cherry and watermelon strawberry, you've never tasted one like it either. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Great people, great equipment, great opportunities. That is what you get at Patriot Transport, based in Centerville, Arkansas, with locations at Russellville and Van Buren, with regional OTR and local opportunities for qualified CDL drivers. Make up to $95,000 annually and be a part of a team that embraces the concept of family. Patriot Transport wants you to be successful on the road and at home, working with every driver to ensure they get the miles they want and the family time at home they strive for. Patriot Transport, more than trucking, it's family. Visit patriottransport.com to apply.
Have you recently experienced possible hail damage to your roof? Is it just time to replace the one you currently have? Brothers Roofing and Restoration is a properly licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Brother Alexander has over 25 years of experience in home insurance and adjusting and residential roofing. Brothers Roofing Crew has 17 years of experience themselves. He provides free estimates with the most competitive pricing in the area while using the industry's best materials. So call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother to inspect your roof.
Have your travel plans changed? Looking for a place that's close to home and keep your family safe? Gaston's White River Resort is located on the beautiful White River. They offer private accommodations in their lodges and cabins. Most cabins have a fully equipped kitchen or let their restaurant staff deliver to your cabin. Call 870-431-5202 and change your plans to Gaston's White River Resort. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time. Wheels RV wants you to seek out all the natural state has to offer this year. Explore Arkansas in a new RV from Grand Design, Forest River, KZ, Heartland, Keystone, or Alliance. All the best brands at the best prices. Enjoy peace of mind with our lifetime warranty on every new RV and a mobile service shuttle to keep you camping. So come on in and discover why Wheels was voted the best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Craig.
The stretch of the pitch, runner bluffs, ball's grounded towards second, could be two. More grabs, gives to Battles, fires to first, and there's the 10th double play we've seen turned by this spectacular infield in the last 4 games.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from tuning.
All right, some headlines to get into this morning on the morning show. And just be thinking about the beaches that you've been to over the years. We're talking about the spring meetings in Destin. Drew was just in Orange Beach this past week. Tommy's been to a beach. I've been to a couple beaches. Your favorite beach in the United States? We'll ask you that question coming up, but the headline I want to start with in just a sec. Kyle Peterson, ESPN college baseball analyst, has you as a sleeper heading into postseason. We'll talk about that and others coming up.
Hey, if you're going to be out on the lake or maybe doing a little river fishing coming up as flows hopefully start to slow down as we had some rain, be sure and take along the Umbrella Flash Mob Junior. It's the best for duplicating small schools of shad. Can be worked from the top water column all the way to the bottom. So whether it's a bass tournament you got coming up or you're just trying to have a weekend of fun on the lake or the river, trying to catch some stripers or bass, the Umbrella Flash Mob Junior will help you catch them. Find them at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. It's the Umbrella Flash Mob Junior.
So what do you think about Arkansas listed as a sleeper, Tommy? It's not really something that you typically get coined with your baseball program, right? It's not typical. I kind of like it. They need something to get them going, and as they head into Stillwater, I guess they're probably already there. It's Wednesday. I kind of like it. What do you think?
Well, I think they've got to find something. What can spark this team right now? You know, if we're talking about, if you're asking about what can get them over the hump to go win, I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's throw strikes and get some hits, get the leadoff guy on base. That's one thing they struggled with last weekend. So they just need a good start. And maybe, Grand Canyon's far better than a slump buster, but they need something where they can come out and maybe they're a far better team than that. We're in an NCAA regional.
Yeah.
But they need some game where maybe the bats get hot and they come out and win a game by, a wide margin. I don't know, 10-1 or some 15-3 or some number where clearly the offense comes alive, the pitching's good. If Connor Nolan's your starter, he goes, 6 or 7 innings and gives you, some good numbers across his line, 7 innings, 8 or 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, and doesn't give up but maybe a run on a handful of hits, something along those lines. They need something to get the, that's the result you're looking for. What will spark this team? Maybe the time away and some rest and being back home will have done that for them before they head to Stillwater.
Well, Dave had a salad fiasco in Hoover, so that means he should eat cheese fries this week, right? That's
Granny special, apparently.
Yeah, Granny special that we were talking about, or some Eskimo Joe's cheese fries.
Get for eating healthy.
Did you go in 2015 to Stillwater, Tommy? Have you ever been for a football game or anything like that?
I've been to Stillwater many times, but not for a game. It's kind of weird when I first started officiating, there was always a summer camp. Eddie Sutton always had his team camps there, and part of the training and development we'd do is we'd go referee at those camps for the college conferences I worked for. And Coach Sutton was always very gracious to the officials, but spent a lot of time, refereeing. They turned the floor kind of the other way and run 3 courts across Gallagher-Iba. We saw the football stadium. So I spent a lot of days on that campus, but I've never been there for a basketball, baseball, or football game.
Okay. It is an experience. I've gotten a chance to go to a couple Bedlams and some other games down there for football. Been to a basketball game where Arkansas got shelled in Stillwater. That was a Big 12 SEC challenge years ago. Have not been to a baseball game, so this will be exciting. And it's just a premier ballpark. Like, this is going to be a great setup. Baum-Walker Stadium is the envy of almost every college baseball fan in the country, but they got something special there in Stillwater with the setup over there.
No, it's just newer ballpark, and it's not Baum-Walker, but we got to realize that there aren't many in the country that are going to be as complete and total facility packages as what Arkansas has for baseball. There's none, in fact, I would say, with the new Hunt facility. So, if you're going over there expecting something equal to what you have, it won't be there, and it may not be up to the par of 2 or 3 other SEC facilities. But it's going to be a very nice, very comfortable ballpark for this weekend's games.
Some other headlines to get to. Anthony Black, one of the 13 young men on Team USA, the U18 squad that made it. Jordan Walsh made the finalist. He was a part of the 17 guys, and then he was cut. So I would think because of that. He's probably going to make his way to Fayetteville soon. So I think Anthony and Jordan are the only ones right now that are not on campus currently that are with the basketball team. This is a pretty big deal to have a guy on Team USA. Nick could have been on it, but I think he was ready to get to campus and get on started. So I'm excited. I can't remember. I think I want to say they're competing in Mexico. I've got to double check on that, but this is a pretty cool deal to be have the USA and just be able to compete with that on your chest, Tommy.
Is there anything better than representing your country? Maybe not, this in the Olympic Games, but I mean, when you represent your country, you can go win a medal of some kind. I can't think of a more cherished team or individual accomplishment that you would have. I mean, that'd be the kind of thing like a Super Bowl ring or something you'd put in a safe somewhere, that you wouldn't even really want to be out, even though you want everyone to be able to see a gold medal like this. So pretty cool deal, and I think obviously gives you a little more interest in watching this stuff.
Yeah, just when one of your guys is on the team. I saw this timing could not have been better. Tommy, Michael Turner is a semifinalist for the Buster Posey National Collegiate Catcher of the Year Award. There's 16 semifinalists for that, and he is on that list.
Yeah, I saw that. I guess his dad had tweeted that out, and good for Michael, and gives us a reason to follow that award. We were talking about Florida State in 2009 yesterday. Buster Posey was their catcher that time. Arkansas went down there in 2009, and obviously had a great Major League Baseball career. So there's a reason his name's on that award.
Is there more violent collision that you can think of baseball? I'm forgetting the guy that hit him, but do you remember his leg got bent under him when he was a San Francisco Giant? Drew, you're the baseball guy. Do you remember who trucked him in that game?
I do not off the top of my head. I have to look it up.
I can visualize that hit. And there's been some crazy.
Changed the rule because of it.
Yeah, exactly. That, and you think about some of the rule changes in professional sports or collegiate sports because of certain guys. But now it was so when Steve Atwater hit, is it Christian Okoye? That's how you say his name, right? Mm-hmm. And it was the Okoye, and it was the Nigerian Nightmare was his nickname. I think about that hit. I think about the hit that Dallas Washington had on a USC kick returner back in 2006 when the Razorbacks got throttled by the Trojans. I guess that was 2007. And I'm trying to think, Tommy, of some other just like hits. That's definitely one. What is one that you just, and Marquell Wade, Vanderbilt, what is one that you just sticks in your craw?
You just took the one. You took the one out of my mind. The most vicious hit I've ever seen was when Wade came down and just clobbered the guy, and that on the punt return at Vanderbilt that day. I mean, that was just, it was a awesome hit as far as the contact, but totally illegal and totally unnecessary. So when I think about vicious hits, that's about as bad as it gets. But it was Bush League, to say the least.
Yes, that would be putting it lightly. Drew, who was the guy?
It was outfielder Scott Cousins of the Miami Marlins, or I guess then the Florida Marlins.
You know who Scott Cousins is, Tommy? Because I don't.
I don't remember that name.
Can't say that. That rings a bell.
He's the guy that hit Buster Posey at home plate.
Yep.
That's who he is.
That's what he's known for. More Hog news this morning. Taylor Lewis, defensive lineman out of California, JUCO out there, has committed to Arkansas. Couple places that he could have gone. He could have gone to Jordan-Hare and played at Auburn. He could have gone to Lincoln and played in Nebraska, but he has decided to become an Arkansas Razorback. Tommy, this is the final remaining scholarship that Arkansas football has at this point.
Yeah, so kind of filling out the roster, and then I guess that's the final scholarship. I guess that doesn't leave any. Does that leave any room for Sam to do anything with awarding a walk-on or somebody, after camp that he wants to reward with the scholarship? I guess that fills them all up, doesn't it?
Probably a Richard question, because I don't want to say yes, that fills it up.
Save that for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But oftentimes one of the stories that come out of August is a walk-on that's earned a spot. So they may not have one for this year, or maybe they've already done that coming out of spring. So.
Remember Sam Pittman, I think it was either Sam or Kendall was talking about that Warren Thompson, before he got you got to learn to block on the outside, and then Warren started blocking and then earned that scholarship. And he had a couple big-time games last year, caught that long 3rd and 14 touchdown. I guess I say that. It wasn't ruled a touchdown in Tuscaloosa. Then Dominique Johnson was 2 yards inside the end zone. They still didn't call a touchdown. They had to review that. But, yeah, hopefully there'll be a guy or two, if there is a eligible scholarship remaining, that busts his butt and has been busting his butt for a while now that earns that scholarship, because it's always fun to see that video. Now, I will say Sam Pittman doesn't really do the video thing, Tommy. He kind of keeps that stuff in-house, and you kind of have to read the tea leaves or have a source that, oh, yeah, this young man got a scholarship. Then you can ask him about it, because he doesn't do that, like, hoopla stuff, it seems like.
No, and it's just he's a little more reserved with that stuff. You're right, but you'll see a few things if he thinks it'll help recruiting. But as far as team news and internal stuff, you can't even get injury updates from the coach.
Yeah. Last headline to get to this morning before we ask you about your favorite beach, since the fellas are down there in Destin. Tommy, we got to find I know you were joking about that a week or so ago. We've got to find a way to get on back there. You need to call Bo and figure out how he did it years ago, because I know that's
simple.
something.
You call and you make a reservation and you go.
And
it's
you
not
go.
that hard.
Well, then,
I was there Monday morning.
You
were in Gulf Shores.
I was in Orange Beach. It's 2 hours away.
Well, so you weren't there. You were 2 hours away.
I could have driven 2 hours.
I get and is that on the 30A road, Tommy? And speaking of 30A, with us going
Not
to
30A.
Well, I'm asking you, where is that on the 30? Is that on the 30A road or no?
No. Destin, no. It's on 98, and there's old 98. And the Hilton's down towards Sandestin, that area. It's on the, I guess it'd be the east end of town towards Sandestin. You got Destin, and you got Fort Walton. It's on the east end of kind of that area that, has about 10,000. It's kind of like Branson in the way that you have maybe 10,000 that live there, but you got 100,000 in town every week.
Jeez.
So it's a 2-hour trip to Walmart to get groceries. That's what Destin's like in the summer.
Oh, man. Well, you told us we are going at a time where it won't be as crowded, but you did mention hurricane season, so hopefully that doesn't affect us. Will you make fun of me if I come back with a 30A sticker on my Toyota Camry? Well,
Why don't you get a Salt Life, too?
A Salt Life sticker.
Get you a salt sticker, too, to go on there. Let's do that while you're at it.
I tend to see the family members that make their way down there come back with that, so I figured maybe I throw one on your car. Maybe as a prank I come back and then I toss it. Because how many times are you looking at the back of your vehicle? Maybe I toss that on there and it stays on there for a couple days, and then your wife starts finally making fun of you for, Tommy, why do you have a 30A sticker on the back of your car?
Hey,
did you like it?
Or hey, did you buy a house down there? Is there something I need to know about? That'd be her question.
Well,
so
take advantage.
She's ready to move to the beach. I promise you.
Already? That's always a topic on this show, is the beach, the river, or the lake. I'm a lake guy, going to Lake Ouachita this weekend. Probably the greatest place on planet Earth, especially in Arkansas. I cannot wait for that. Tommy, last thing, it is World Milk Day. Is chocolate milk clearly the best type of milk? I enjoy almond milk, but it's not better than chocolate milk, right?
No one enjoys almond milk. They drink it because it's better for you. No one enjoys almond milk. So don't sit there and say, I enjoy almond milk. No one says, man, I can't wait to get a cold glass of almond milk. Whoever says that? Nobody.
I like the taste of it. Now, I have
you
not
got
had,
in your notes, almond ain't bad.
Ain't
bad
bad
doesn't mean good. Ain't good
bad.
either. Ain't good.
It ain't bad.
It's not chocolate milk though, is it?
No, it's not.
The best kind of milk is
breast
ice
milk.
cold.
No.
Ice cold, not 2%, not skim, not one, whole chocolate milk. Now, you'll gain 9 pounds drinking one glass, but that's the best kind of milk.
What about coconut milk, Tommy?
Never had it.
I've been told, now you can buy it in Aldi, but I've been told that the best type of milk is the stuff right out of the coconut. Is that true?
I don't know. I've never had any.
Have you had it, Drew?
Milk.
I've never had it, but you bring up breast milk, and I don't want to, divvy too far away from this, but this weekend, so
Did you try it?
No, I did not try breast milk.
Okay.
I'm with my family, my brother and his wife. They have a new daughter. She's three months, so they are breastfeeding. And my brother just randomly said, because he got sunburn, I can't wait to take a breast milk bath because it helps with the sunburn. And then went on a list of different things that can help ailments in adults that breast milk apparently have. I don't know about y'all, but even a little buzz, nothing sobers you up than listening to your 30-year-old brother talk about all the benefits he can get out of breast milk.
He bathes in breast milk?
I guess just a little bit of a dash will do you type of thing. It was
stick
quite
to the
a weird.
aloe vera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I will too, because I can go buy aloe vera at the store. I don't, You can't really just go buy breast milk.
I was gonna say there's.
But he was taking advantage of it while his wife's making it, apparently.
We asked Tommy because what was the story we talked about a month or so ago? And I remember asking you, it was that lady that sells her breast milk for like thousands of dollars or something like that.
That's what it's for. They're curing sunburns all across the country.
And I asked Tommy, I was like, when Dylan and Abigail were born, I didn't know if that was something that Tommy occasionally took a swig out of the fridge or something, and he profoundly said, no, of course not.
Why would you want to?
Curiosity?
I guess.
He liked it as a kid.
You know what happened? You know what happened to the cat? Curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah,
the cat's got 9 lives, though. You can fail. You can use one of them.
I probably used up most of mine at this point, but no, I mean that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, well, all this formula shortage and stuff you hear about, you can't waste a drop of that stuff right now. So
sounds like it.
Hang on to it, 'cause you can't. Apparently, you can't get formula. I'm glad I'm past those days. Formula and diapers. Talk about
you're not
draining
past
the bank
diapers
account.
yet. You're not past diapers yet, man. You got 20 years and will be using them again.
20.
How old are you? You're
Good.
46.
Good. I'll be sure and keep you around to change them.
Oh, that is not. I'll be long gone by then. I'll be long gone. I hope Clay hasn't had to start using them yet. I hope he's.
You're
going
to realize as you get older that 46 isn't that old. You're going to someday.
That's why I said 20 years. I didn't say you're going to use them now.
66 isn't that old, though.
Yeah, it's not that old.
It'll be old for Tommy. He's going to age poorly, Drew. Just watch. It's not going to be pretty. He's going to age poorly.
Working with you will probably.
Listen,
will probably cause
you.
it.
I led you right there, man. I threw a hanging curveball. I was hoping you'd hit it.
I think that's out of the park. Hey, we're brought to you by the Kevin Hickey Law Partners this morning. Hey, if you're in the midst of a family situation and you need somebody to represent you and take on your battle, and you need someone with the experience, that's Kevin Hickey and Brad Hull at the Kevin Hickey Law Partners. If you're facing divorce or a child custody issue, you have to deal with DHS or a criminal matter right now, it's hard, it's emotionally taxing, it's a stressful time. You need an experienced and aggressive attorney that's in your corner. The team at Kevin Hickey Law Partners are there to represent you through the whole process. They've dealt with it all. They've seen angry spouses, false accusations, not getting all the story about what's going on with your kids. They've done it. They've dealt with it. And they know what to do next for you. Call the legal professionals at Kevin Hickey Law Partners today, 479-434-2414 in the River Valley, 479-802-6560 in Northwest Arkansas. Get those phone numbers and more, and details about Kevin and his practice online at kevinhickeylaw.com. That's kevinhickeylaw.com.
Tommy, what is the number one artist that you listen to when you're on the beach? Is it Zach Brown Band? Because I know you've mentioned them before.
They're a good one. They're up there at the top. Zach Brown would be one. George Strait's always going to be near the top of my list. Garth Brooks is probably in that mix. I'm trying to think of some Stapleton's, particularly at night. You got the fire pit or something going. Stapleton's always got to be a presence there.
Those are some good ones. So I was thinking about this with Drew going to Orange Beach this past week and the spring meetings being in Destin. We're going to go to Santa Rosa in August. Tommy, you occasionally frequent a beach, and I wonder from all our listeners, we've already got a text in. Let's see. This is from Brandon in Paris. Is it Navarre Beach in Florida, Tommy? Is that how you say it? That is his favorite beach. He hadn't been in a few years. What is of all the beaches that you've gone to, what is your absolute favorite to get down to?
And it's got to be in the United States?
Yeah, I just think that kind of centralizes a little more.
Okay. Best beach I've ever seen is Grace Beach in the Turks. As far as just best beaches. Second best and very close second would be Destin. My mom lived there for 5 years, so that's where we went for summer vacation for 5 years. And sometimes we went at Christmas as well. And the white sugar sand that you get from about Pensacola over to, I don't know how far, if it's, how far east, but, somewhere in that area. And Gulf Shores has some great sand as well. But Destin seems to be like one of the sweet spots. So I think Destin and their beaches and just the softness and the color of the sand make it the best beach I've been to here in the United States.
Not Galveston, Texas.
I've not been to Galveston, but I don't think it quite has the eye appeal. I've been to California, to Carlsbad in Southern California. It's all rocky beaches. I've been to the Atlantic coast and to Daytona and that area. It's, they're very flat, brown sand beaches. So, no, I think the best beaches that I've seen here are in the Destin area, and you can probably go 100 miles out of the way and get pretty much the same thing.
My Galveston experience, and the one of them because I cherish so much, is because of one of the memories that I remember with my mom is we stopped by McDonald's that day, and I got, I think, like 20 McNuggets or something like that, and the seagulls, Tommy, attacked me and ate my McNuggets. That was one of the memories that I cherish and take away from that trip. But no, I've been to Galveston and Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. That's always fun. Now, I have yet to step foot in Floribama, which is the bar that...
I was there on Sunday.
Were you?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard that. I've heard it's a really good time. Not only is it a Kenny Chesney song, but I've heard it's a lot of fun, and I would like to get a bushwhacker there at some point.
Oh, you got to get
a
bushwhacker.
It's not the most upscale building or establishment, but it is a good beach bar, no question.
Do I look like I'd fit in an upscale or high-class establishment,
Well, I mean,
Tommy?
it's built. It looks like it's built, out of what they picked up from the last hurricane. The last time I was
Is that
there,
right?
So.
Let's see some of the others I've got. We've got a bunch of text already. I knew this was going to pop off. You ever been to Naples Beach? That's what Y&P Ridge says, Tommy.
I'm guessing that's South Florida down there, but no, I've not. So.
Clearwater Beach is Rex and Fayetteville's favorite. Ever been to Clearwater?
Nope. I've been there.
Let's see. B in Clarksville says a beach near Dunedin, Florida called Caladisi, a.k.a. Honeymoon Beach. Nope.
Let's
see what
I'm
else.
sure you said it right.
Cocoa Beach on the east coast of Florida. That's from Quentin in Clarksville.
I've been to Cocoa Beach. It's just like you'd expect on an Atlantic Ocean side beach. That's also where, what else is at Cocoa Beach?
What else is at Cocoa Beach? Coconuts?
No. NASA.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So if you go down, you go to Orlando, take the kids on summer vacation. If you want to make the trip down to NASA and all that, that's where you go, is the Cocoa Beach area. So I've been there. I've been to the beach there, and there's I went down there and took a day trip once when we were in Orlando. We did the NASA tour once. So I've been there a couple times. That's a nice beach area, yeah.
Colton in Fayetteville says Polo Beach in Hawaii. Any Hawaii beach, I think, is going to be pretty difficult to beat. You've been to Maui, haven't you, Tommy?
I've never been to Hawaii, no.
Okay.
But, I mean, all the pictures, a lot of the beaches look rocky. I mean, unless you're in Honolulu. So, I mean, because it's obviously lava rock. So, I'm not a fan of the rocky beaches. So, I mean, if you go to the beach, you go for the sand,
You like
right?
the white sand, it sounds like, the Destin.
I mean, the ocean is beautiful to look at, but if you're going to lay on the beach, you want the beaches like you got in Destin, no question about it. Always something great to take to the beach or the lake is some ribs. Go to Art's Barbecue. They make the best baby back ribs, tender, tons of meat on them. I mean, sometimes you go to these places and they give you a half rack of ribs. There ain't much meat on them. I mean, you get a little bit of a tug and pull, but a great bite, and always tender and delicious at Art's. Those are great to take anywhere you're going. Right now, you can call Art's at 452-2550. Whether it's their brisket, their pulled pork, their great sides. If you got a summer picnic or getaway with your family for the weekend or just a day trip, go by Art's and pick up what you need to take along with you. 452-2550. Also ask about the smoked ham and turkey. Great for making sandwiches for that picnic. 452-2550. Art's Barbecue, Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Day 209 on the island. There is still no rescue in sight. I long for the simple comforts of home. The leather seats, the spacious interior, the 12.3-inch touchscreen display, and of course, the panoramic moonroof. If I could only gaze through it one more time.
Jerry!
What?
Stop talking about your Highlander and help me with the raft.
Frank seems more agitated than normal lately. Could it possibly be because he too misses my Toyota Highlander?
No, Jerry, it's not because I miss your Highlander. And stop acting like I can't hear you.
Yes, that must be it. Comparing his sad raft to my sleek-looking Highlander has finally broken him.
Just stop.
Experience the unforgettable 2022 Toyota Highlander for yourself. Visit your local dealer or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Get the used equipment you need now. Purple Wave Auction sells hundreds of pieces of heavy equipment each week at no reserve auction. Items are selling in your area now. Bidding is simple. Visit purplewave.com to get started. Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
How would your family like to swim for free for 12 months? The Burton Pools & Spa's Doughboy Super Sales event is going on now. Get your choice of 0% interest and no payments for 12 months or a rebate up to $2,000 on a Doughboy semi-in-ground or above-ground pools. All this going on now at Burton Pools & Spas in Springdale and Fort Smith. You can get your feet wet without getting in over your head. Visit burtonpools.com. 0% offer good with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Whether you're moving 50 feet or 500 miles, it's never a fun thing to do. So call the professionals. If you must make a move cross-town or cross-country, you want Move Mart at 701 Navy Road in Fort Smith. Move Mart represents Whedon Van Lines. Get free estimates, full-service packing, and vaulted storage with Move Mart. Call 646-MOVE or go online to movemartinc.net. Servicing the River Valley in Northwest Arkansas, Move Mart, let them do the heavy lifting.
Was your roof damaged by recent storms? Don't fall victim to out-of-town contractors and fly-by-night repairmen. Trust the local roofing professionals at Able Roofing. Call their local number, 474-0006, for a free roof inspection. Never trust something as important as the roofing system on your home to a storm chaser. Able Roofing, 474-0006, will work with your insurance company. Call now for your free roof inspection, 474-0006. Able Roofing, the hometown roofers.
Racing fans, it's time for the final leg of horse racing's Triple Crown. Where are you going to bet? BUSR, of course. You name it, they've got it. Place your wager on the Belmont Stakes today and lock in fantastic odds. Besides horses, you can bet on sports and play over 300 casino games at BUSR. Sign up today and get up to $1,000 on your first deposit by going to BUSR.com/Morning Rush. That's BUSR.com/Morning Rush. Bet with confidence. Bet with BUSR.
Save thousands during the storm damage sale at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Over 350 new and pre-owned vehicles were damaged during the recent storm, and now over $1 million in discounts will be passed on to Harry Robinson's customers. Some of the damage is really minor, but the savings are severe. Plus, there are still lots of vehicles that were not damaged in stock. Save thousands on your next vehicle during the storm damage sale at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Get the best value, service, and TV locally with personal service from WOW World of Wireless, your neighborhood professional Dish authorized retailer. Stop in and ask us about the Hopper 3, Dish's most advanced DVR that delivers a premium viewing experience. Tired of running out of DVR space? With the Hopper 3, you can record up to 2,000 hours of your favorite programming and watch your very own favorite channels and DVR recordings anywhere you go on your phone or tablet. Call now. WOW World of Wireless. 877-305-DISH. That's 877-305-3474 for more details. Or online at shopwownow.com. World of Wireless is located at 601 Church Street in Barling next to Frank Rowe Furniture. That's 601 Church Street in Barling. Come see us at our new location.
Monthly equipment fees and other restrictions apply. Recording hours vary. 2,000 hours based on SD programming. Remote viewing requires internet connection and compatible mobile device.
Hey Arkansas fans, this is JD with JD's River Valley Restoration and Detail. We're hogs through and through and we like getting dirty, but our cars need to look clean and fresh, and that's where we come in. Come and check out our brand new expanded shop at 5606 Towson Avenue, or you can follow us on Facebook at JD's River Valley Restoration for new updates including food trucks on the lot, car shows, detail courses, and much, much more. Give us a call at 479-629-7486. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. JD's River Valley Restoration, where we're making new relationships one vehicle at a time.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we're watching a slow-moving front making its way into the state of Arkansas and an increasing shot at showers and thunderstorms in the forecast statewide. Highs north, low 80s. Further south, we should hit the upper 80s. Still some showers and thunderstorms tonight lingering into our Thursday. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Carco Auto Sales. Give them a call at 783-1722 or check them out online at buyfromcarco.com.
You're listening to the Morning Rush live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
I didn't say anybody did anything wrong, and I've said everything I'm going to say about this, and I should have never mentioned any individual institutions. I said that before. Some kind of uniform name, image, and likeness, standard that supports some kind of equitable national competition, I think is really, really important in college athletics and college football.
Darren McFadden, you're listening to the Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
People who really want to have a good time won't come to a slaughterhouse. And we've got entirely too many troublemakers here.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
I don't like you because you're dangerous. That's right. I am dangerous.
Streaming live from
HitThatOne.com.
I hit the 7-iron like John Daly hits the 3.
This is the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
You just got to keep living, man.
And Tommy Kraft.
We follow orders or people die. Are we clear?
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Yes, sir.
All right, it's hour number 2 of the Morning Rush on a What's Your Beef Wednesday. There was some beef between Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher that has apparently been squashed, even though it actually hasn't. We'll talk more about the spring meetings going on in Destin. We got What's Your Beef coming up. We got your Hog Update coming up. But let's talk about Bobby Wernis for a sec, who's on that 2015 team that went to Stillwater and came away with a regional victory. He's a coach on this team. What could he say to this team now to maybe find a similarity or two as they venture on to Stillwater this weekend to try and do the same thing that the 2015 team did, Tommy?
Yep, and we'll get into that in just a second because it'd be a great time for a repeat in Stillwater, no question about it. We're brought to you by 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. If you've been there before, you know what I'm talking about, how comfortable and awesome that environment is. Got an air replacement system that replaces the air inside the lounge every few minutes. Always a great cigar, fine wines, top shelf liquors that you won't just find anywhere else. Great menu as well. And always wonderful live music. You should like them on Facebook to find always the updated schedule for the live music at 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. 4 to midnight, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Open till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. It's 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Sample, indulge, escape at 906 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith.
So when Arkansas's up to bat, Matt Hobbs, Dave Van Horter in the dugout, Nate Thompson's at third, and then Bobby Wernis is at second. Tommy, what is that? Or Drew, you can help me out. What is it? It's not a swim move, but what do they do when they get a hit and they get on first? I mean, basically they just lock arms, right? Is that called something specific?
I don't know if it has a name. I remember seeing
it's just boom,
the Bash Brothers, for the A's, Mark McGuire and Tommy. Why am I drawing a blank?
Sosa?
McGuire and Sosa?
No,
Jose Canseco.
Jose Canseco. Those are the first people I remember ever doing that little hook thing.
Yeah. The Bash Bro, that'd have been 86, 7, 8.
Yeah, late 80s.
Should we do that after a good segment, Tommy, from now on?
I don't want to break your arm.
So. You don't want to break my arm. Yeah. Oh, I apologize. I forgot how much you've been working out lately. So you look at Warren.
Natural strength.
It's you know what that is the thing. I'll give you that. Now you or I were not blessed with the genes that some of us. We don't have the Popeye arms that Bubba Carpenter has. That's if you want to get your arm broken, do one of the swing moves with Bubba because he'll rip your arm off. Which I would be honored, honestly, if I got a hit and Bubba was the guy at first base. I'd be honored just to get congratulated by him. But then my arm would be broken because Bubba would snap it in half. But you think about 2015, right? Weird setup. You go to Hoover, the SEC tournament. Arkansas, if you remember, had that great game where they beat Florida. Benintendi hit a bomb. Wernis hit a 2-run shot in the top of the ninth. I was watching that game, and I think that game went to 11 innings, if I remember that correctly. Maybe I'm wrong, but the setup is as follows. Arkansas played St. John's initially in that 2-3 matchup. And what happened is Oklahoma State ended up losing the first game, Tommy. And you played Oral Roberts first. Oklahoma State lost to St. John's in that first game. You played them second. You booted them out of their own regional through 2 games. And then you defeated St. John's 4-3 in the final. I don't know if if Oklahoma State is going to fall to Missouri State on Friday, but weird things happen in regionals. It's not always the national seed that gets out of it alive, and you're just hoping for some luck. That team had some luck in 2015. If you're Bobby Wernes, Tommy, what are you saying to this ball club, assuming Dave lets him talk a little bit this week?
Don't quit. Don't give up. I mean, and I would walk through what happened over there. So does that make you a Missouri State fan a little bit? And what I mean by that is, that's what happened the last time. St. John's was the one that created the upset with Oklahoma State that, gave Arkansas maybe a little smoother path, and Arkansas took advantage of it. Take advantage of the opportunities you get this weekend. I think Arkansas doesn't need I think there's plenty of talent. We'd all agree this is a quality baseball team that just needs to find their A game. That's the thing. They haven't been playing with their A game. So that would be probably the back end of my message is let's find our A game. This team doesn't need help when an upset. They're plenty good enough to beat Oklahoma State. Now, if Missouri State, who did beat Arkansas in a midweek game, and midweek games aren't always a representative of playing at your best, we know that, take advantage of that opportunity. So that would be my message. Hey, this is what happened before. It can happen again. Take advantage of your opportunities. But bottom line is the coaching staff and these players themselves have to find their A game again. And when they find it, I think they're the best team in that region.
They could come out of it. They could go 0-2 and barbecue or 2 and through, whatever it is going to happen. It could happen. Do you feel – I mean, I know everyone listening right now wants them to come out of the region. What do you think is going to happen? What are the feels? What are the vibes other than just the opportunity to play Grand Canyon at least game 1? And we'll see if you play Missouri State or Oklahoma State on Saturday. But, I mean, do you feel like this team is going to turn a corner? Because they haven't shown a great ability to win on the road at this point in time in this season, Tommy.
I don't know if I've got a great feel for what the fan base is feeling. I can tell you how I feel, and I'm just kind of holding my breath. I don't know what to expect. And as I said a moment ago, this team is plenty good enough at their best to be the best of those 4 teams. But you can't continue to play like you have over the last few weeks. We've seen much better play throughout the regular season than what we've seen lately. We all know that. So, again, how you get this team in the right frame of mind is the most important thing. But what you're expecting now, I'm just kind of holding my breath. I don't know what to expect this weekend. Because if you don't play well, I think Grand Canyon's good enough to find their ace pitcher and beat you, in that opening game at noon on Friday.
There's going to be some angry Razorback fans if they get bounced 0-2 this weekend. But as you just said, with the talent that's in this region, that could happen. I don't think Arkansas is going to be ill-prepared heading into this game. I hope Dave avoids – I can't believe I'm saying I want Dave to avoid salads. Maybe that was the wrong thing, Tommy. He ate a salad before a game. He should have been eating like a greasy chicken fried steak or something that would give him the energy and the nutrients in order to coach the team. And I say that jokingly because I know he was in pretty severe shape based on what he was talking with Phil about. I'm just glad he's back, and I'm glad he's healthy because – Tommy,
it must have been bad. I mean, I've heard of people having food poisoning, Ty, but food poisoning to the point you're hospitalized, that must have been some bad stuff.
Yeah, and to my knowledge, Tommy, I've avoided it now. I'm 27, so I think I've got a lot of years left to get it, but I've yet to have food poisoning. We've heard your story about the resort and you puking in the bag and then handing it, the hot mess. I've heard that story, but to this point in time, I've avoided the food poisoning, and I hope to continue. But knowing the experiences that you've had, Dave's had, and others has had, at some point that whirling dervish is going to hit me, and it's going to hit me hard.
Well, and he's had time to recuperate, rehydrate. You go through that, and you're just so dehydrated and weak. It takes several days just to get your strength back. And I know from what I could tell, listening to Phil describe the game and watching on TV in that last game with Florida, it sounded like he was there, and then there was a pitching change, didn't come out. There was some question about some of that. I'm sure just some weakness. So now he's had time to kind of get his and you can kind of hear it in his voice in these recent Zooms with the media that he sounds back to himself again. So I'm sure it took several days just to rehydrate and kind of get back to feeling human again.
Yeah, I'm just hoping he's okay. When we come back, we'll talk about what's going on down in Destin.
Listen to every Razorback basketball game right here and hitthatline.com.
The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building quality fencing and gates, is looking for quality people to join the Fence Man team. If you are a fence builder or have building or welding experience, apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man offers great pay and a $500 sign-on bonus. Join the top fence building team and get a $500 sign-on bonus. The Fence Man. Apply today in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man is an equal opportunity employer.
Since 2009, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has provided more than $1 billion in scholarships to thousands of Arkansans just like you. So thanks a billion, Arkansas. If you'd like to apply for the scholarship,
The company you can trust when it comes to building quality fencing and gates is looking for quality people to join the Fence Man team. If you are a fence builder or have building or welding experience, apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man offers great pay and a $500 sign-on bonus. Join the top fence building team and get a $500 sign-on bonus. The Fence Man. Apply today in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man is an equal opportunity employer.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, paper mouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
A little girl asked me one time, "Pastor, does the devil have a mother?" I was shocked by her deep question and thought for a second. Yes, he does. Her name is pride. The devil fell because of a rebel yell of pride. The Bible says pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. Pride really is the mother of all sins and will take you on a dark ride. There's nothing more devilish than being rebellious. I'm Pastor Heath. Check us out at woodlandpeople.church.
Our partners at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the NBA playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that the MLB is back as well. Who are you picking to win the World Series? BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's super easy to get started, so head to the website today or use your mobile device to join and use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.
Dent Source, the leader in auto hail repair for over 20 years. Our certified technicians service all vehicles and offer a lifetime warranty. Dent Source will keep you on the road with a courtesy vehicle and offer free pickup and delivery. Dent Source, now open in Fort Smith.
When rates begin to drop, you can easily readjust your rate again with no refinancing application, no new appraisals, no new title work. We make it simple. Find a Farm Credit office near you at myaglender.com. Equal housing lender.
June is a great month to buy furniture, and at Bankroll Furniture, we have the deals. Our furniture is marked down to unbelievable prices, and we have it in stock ready for you to take home today. Our store is packed, our warehouse is packed, and we have truckloads on the way. We have to move it. At Bankroll Furniture, we are family-owned, have service after sale, offer in-store no credit check financing, and delivery service, all with made-in-the-USA furniture. Bankroll Furniture, best seats in the house.
In today's world, slow internet equals a bad day. If you're in a rural area, you've experienced this way too often. Online meetings, schoolwork, enjoying family movie night, it's downright impossible. The solution? Fast fiber internet from Wave Rural Connect. Service is available near Uniontown, Van Buren, Pecola, Cass, Ozone, Altus, and many other areas. Check to see if it's available for you at waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Do you find yourself smacking yourself in the face every time you walk out in your yard? Well, Mosquito Joe can fix your itch. Mosquito Joe has a team of licensed, professional mosquito control experts to rid your yard of those pesky mosquitoes so you can actually enjoy your yard anytime, day or night. To get started for just $39, call Mosquito Joe today, 479-202-9960. That's 202-9960, or visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
Doe's Eat Place, serving award-winning steaks, has now added lobster tail and salmon to the menu. You can also enjoy delicious appetizers along with your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Doe's Eat Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Call 784-9111. That's 784-9111. Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Ball's lined by Moore into left field for a base hit. Going to send Diggs around third. The throw's cut off, and they get their second run.
Razorback football is coming. Catch updates from Sam Pittman, KJ Jefferson, and others right here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com.
We got some updates from Destin for you this morning as well. And Tommy, I want to read you this text from JW that apparently oysters put him in the hospital for 2 nights, and he felt like he was dying. My dad loves him some oysters. Now,
must have eaten them raw.
Yeah.
That's why I don't eat them raw. That's why I get them char grilled.
I get them char grilled as well. They're fantastic. When you go to Baton Rouge and you have some char grilled oysters, it does not get much better than that. But man, I'm reading these texts, Tommy, from NCA and Yellville and Mark and Greenwood and Chuck and some others. I mean, it sounds like some pretty traumatic experiences that I know you've shared and some others that shared as well. I'm trying to knock on wood because I hadn't had it just yet, but I feel like it's only a matter of time before I'm heaping chucks of hopefully not blood, but other stuff.
Yeah, no fun at all. Hey, are you a business owner that started a new business recently, or maybe your website's not caught up to the pace and the growth of your business? You need to call the crew at Matchstick Studios about Modular Orange. They can create you a custom website that makes your business look fantastic online and can be found. They do everything: the design, SEO-friendly copywriting, hosting, SSL security, built-in support. These sites are easy to edit, and there's no upfront cost. All the features that you need are there. It works perfectly on all devices and all screen sizes. So for $95 a month, they can make your business look great online and get new customers and new leads. Hey, is that where you're at right now? If you need improvement with your digital game, call our friends at Matchstick Studios, 479-755-3043. That's 755-3043, or see what I'm talking about online at modularorange.com.
So I'm going to play this clip from Greg Sankey when asked about the potential animosity between Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban.
It's a rotating chair, so he was very engaged. What I said at the beginning was we need to have 14 football coaches focused and engaged in the conversation. Nobody can run silent on me. We have that from time to time. Recognizing that we've had a lot of transition since people have been here, but we need the kind of meaningful concepts and ideas that will lead us to solutions for some of the problems we have. And we had some of the best substantive conversation, candid at times, agreeing at times, disagreeing at times, all across the room. There was a pretty good level of laughter a few times when I walked in. Serious discussion, great questions. That's the kind of healthy meeting we expect to have.
Now, Tommy, we don't want that. We want this. We want a fight. We want Jimbo Fisher reaching across the table at Nick Saban and there to be fisticuffs, hands thrown. That's what we want to see as a college football audience, because they want to. They want to get at it. They're not going to. But can you imagine the video, if that ever surfaced, of Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban actually going face-to-face and fighting? It might be the most watched college football video of all time.
It absolutely would be. I don't know. Might be the time I wouldn't automatically put my money on Nick. So that might not be the conversation for him. But there's coach speak and then there's commissioner speak. I think we just heard commissioner speak about healthy and productive conversations. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, here's the thing: these coaches can sit around and meet and they can talk. They don't have voting power. I mean, they have talking power. And I think, their presidents and their chancellors listen. But, I think this issue is bigger than the SEC, obviously. And, how does the SEC shape change? I mean, you can pass some conference rules on NIL, but you can't put your conference at a disadvantage because you're more restrictive with NIL deals. So I think when you look at NIL, you got to look at transfer portal and all this together. And I don't know how this league does one thing if the other leagues don't follow suit. All of it, at least the Power 4 or 5 conferences, whatever you want to call them moving forward with the Big 12, have to be in lockstep on whatever changes, or there is a drastic disadvantage to any league that puts any kind of, even the smallest little restriction on some kind of NIL or a transfer portal situation.
Now, you speak of restrictions. Here is a restriction that needs to happen. This is from Olin Buchanan of TexAgs.com, that he was talking to an athletic director, and he said that the SEC going to pods is probably not an option. It's just going to be an 8 or 9 conference game schedule. Now, Tommy, here is the issue. The Oklahoma and Texas don't have reps in Sandestin right now, but they're going to get a vote. They're going to get a say. Why are we giving the Longhorns and the Sooners a say in this matter when they're technically not in the league yet? I for one, think they have to earn at least a 5 to 10 year waiting period before they are allowed any vote
or any money.
Yeah, it's a probationary period, right?
Yeah, you got to earn your way back into this league.
You have to earn your way into this league. Now, Arkansas didn't have to because we're Arkansas. We're the flagship university in the state. Texas isn't even the flagship university of the state anymore. Now, Oklahoma is. I love Oklahoma State because that's where my aunt went. I love Stillwater, but it's not a Cowboy state. It is a Sooner state. But Tommy, Texas ain't even the flagship anymore. Let's just be real.
Now, what I read, and you correct me if you read something stronger than this, they were part of the scheduling process moving forward, so that they would, I guess, have a clue as to what's going on down the road. But I don't know that they're getting to vote in a lot of other league matters, but they need to be involved in. And I mean, let's face it, we're talking about Sooners and Longhorns here. They need to go through the process a few more times to pick up some things like scheduling and simple math and read. So I mean, I get why you'd want to invite them to these meetings now. It might take them a little longer to pick up some of the the more detailed intricacies of the business of the league.
I will say, between the University of Texas, University of Oklahoma, and Texas A&M, I think that Aggies might be a little smarter than the other two, but it's not by much. They do have a prestigious engineering school, and it pains me to say that because the worst school in the history of the world is based in College Station, Texas. But you're adding two schools who have a collective IQ of it's just not a lot. It's just not. And it's one of those things where you're adding
just winning softball though.
Yeah, why'd you have to bring that up? And yes, Oklahoma's about to win in softball, the whole stinking team too. And I'm not going to say anything against their athletic department, but I will say this, Tommy. Did you see the University of Arkansas, the academic highlights, the highest GPA, a 3.27 average amongst student athletes, 25 consecutive semesters with a 3.0 or higher. Now, the highest GPA of anyone. You want to guess who that is without scrolling?
It's going to be one of the female sports. I'm going to say I'm going to take a stab in the dark here. The soccer team.
It is the tennis team with a 3.78. That is a high stinking GPA. Now, answer me this, Tommy. Are men just like, when it comes to our academics, are we just not putting as much time and effort as we used to, as your generation and the generation before us? Because I feel like my generation and the generation behind me is getting their tails kicked by women. Like that just and I don't know what the deal is, and there's nothing wrong with that other than you should be a man and actually study and do all that. It doesn't make any sense. I feel like that academics was much more of a priority for males back in the day than it is now in my generation. It was the generation directly behind us. And what is that? Generation Z? Is that right? Is that right, Drew?
Yeah.
What's the deal with that, man? Answer me this: is Dylan gonna be just? You're making him study every night, right? Even in the summer, correct?
No, not studying every night. But I don't. I've never thought about that. I never pondered that much. If there's a difference, or I just think it's a personal thing. Whether you knuckle down and I think us guys we're more prone to distractions. That's what I would say. We're more prone to the party or the girl walking across campus, and our eyes are easily moved from where they need to be. I think the ladies are far more self-disciplined than us, and that's what's leading you down this path of thought this morning.
Easily averted. Yeah,
we're easily distracted. But I want to go back to something you started there with Olin Buchanan's comments, though, that the pods are out. I mean, there's a lot of people have been in favor of these pods. And I've heard, and I've been in favor of divisions, and got my own kind of thoughts on that would keep all the natural rivals and the new rivals in place and make everything good for TV.
Tommy? Who'd you
I didn't steal it from anybody. I mean, to me, it's just not that hard a thought. I mean, it's not like I sat down one weekend and I went through all the scheduling models. It's just a simple and easy thought if you just step back and look at it. I mean, I'd like to tell you but I mean, I can't be the only one that's thought of it that way. But to me, if you just put the divisions, the hard part's going to be convincing someone that Alabama and Auburn have to move to the east in lockstep, and you bring the two new schools in with Texas and Oklahoma into the west, and then move Missouri over, and you got two equal divisions. You play a cross-division game or two, depending on if you go to 9. And it keeps everything in place. So I don't know if that's the direction they're going. I haven't sent that memo to Sankey, but that's really got to be a proposal that they put on the table. It geographically keeps things in place. For the other sports, if you went with that for baseball and other sports that have divisions. So I just I hope they really consider that model.
I think that the model that you've laid out not only this morning but several times just makes sense. Why would you not do that from a television standpoint, from a rivalry standpoint? And
sometimes 2 + 2 = 4, and it's obvious. To me, this is not. I mean, this isn't some kind of deal where it took a high level of IQ. It's just, to me, it sticks out like a sore thumb. Just this is what you do. That's what I hear. I mean, that's what I see. Is just. You need Alabama to still play Auburn. You need Oklahoma to play Texas. You need Texas to play A&M. You need Alabama and Tennessee still to play. You need all these natural rivals. By balancing it that way, you keep all that in place without forcing it across divisions.
Okay.
So,
you know what? Do you want me to get Hunter on the phone? You want
sure.
me? Do you want? All right. Let's see. See if this works.
He's in Destin. I don't know if we can reach him down there.
I'll see if they can connect me with the athletic department.
You know his room number at the Hilton?
Probably going to get a voicemail.
Thank you for calling Razorback Athletics. We are unable to take your call at this time. Please leave a voicemail if you would like a return call. Thank you.
Do we want a return call?
Please leave a message after the tone.
Okay.
When you have finished, please hang up or press the pound key for more options.
Hey, Hunter, I'm going to pass along the microphone to Tommy Kraft. He's got a scheduling idea, which I'm sure you've heard since you're an avid listener of the Morning Rush. Tommy, go ahead, my man.
Yeah, I know you're in Destin right now. I'm sure your staff will immediately get this to you. But we're all in favor of the divisions and not the pods. We're in favor of Texas or Oklahoma being a home game every year. We're in favor of Missouri coming to the west, Alabama and Auburn going to the east, and you put Texas and Texas A&M in the west. And it's simple and it's clean. You go to 9 games. You play 2 cross-division games. So, hey, have fun on the beach and try Carmine's that's down there by Crystal Beach. Have a good trip.
If you're satisfied with this message, press pound. If you would like to re-record, press *.
Pound. So
To accept and set message options. press 1.
Yeah.
To send now, press the pound key.
All right.
To mark as high importance.
I'm sure that we'll get to him before breakfast is over this morning. So.
I mean, when the morning rush calls the athletic department, we want an answer.
They're not taking a lot of our calls here lately. So.
Wonder why.
That's as close as we can get right there.
No, at least we got a voicemail, Tommy. Now, if that
we've been getting calls lately.
If I get a text from the athletics department, I'm gonna. That's why did you do that this morning? But hey, listen, we're trying to get this thing going because we're looking out for the best interest of this football program. Of course. That's what
there's going to be a lot of debate about it, but anything that doesn't involve Texas coming here every other year and Oklahoma coming and it doesn't need to be one of these deals like right now where you have Alabama and LSU coming in the same year like we're going to have. Oklahoma and Texas, I know they're not going to sit down and say, hey, Hunter, how do you need your schedule? But that needs to be one thing he has to push for. You got Oklahoma one year, Texas the next. Those are the games. And then somewhere with one of those will be A&M. But those are the games that are going to be important, particularly to the people on the western side of the state that want to have Oklahoma every other year in their stadium and split that with Texas, where you've got one marquee game every year on your schedule. Huge.
If I'm Hunter Yurchek, and what I'm doing, first off, is thanks to buddy Ben Larson who put this out. Last 10 years, you've got 52 SEC regular season championships, more than anyone else in the conference by 4 championships. First of all, I'm putting that in Hunter's face in a little envelope, or in Greg's face, and I'm saying, here's what we've been doing for you lately. Second, I'm telling him our basketball team's probably going to win a national championship in the next 3 years. Baseball team's been the most consistent program last 5 to 10. By golly, Greg, we want to win a football championship now. We haven't done it yet. Now, we've at least gotten to a championship, unlike Ole Miss and some other programs that have failed to reach Atlanta. But we want to win one, and we think Sam can do it. So don't screw us with the schedule like Womack did years ago. By golly, you screwed us 2 years ago. You screwed us this year. You screwed us 3 years ago. Give us something to help us out. I mean, we're not pulling in the number 2, number 1 recruiting class every year, so we need a little help. Arkansas is good for the brand of the SEC. You don't always need the blue bloods up top. You need at least the appearance that college football has some parity. So help us out a little bit, Greg. We need it. Just a little. You don't have to help us a lot, but just a little. The formula that you laid out is just, it's the chef's kiss. Texas, Oklahoma, A&M, every single year. Who ain't signing up for that if you're an Arkansas fan? You kidding me? Southwest
LSU, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Missouri, every year.
And you don't have to play Nick Saban and Bama, at least for the handful of years. The handful, at least, not every year, but the handful of years that he'll be still the head coach down there in Tuscaloosa. Now, let's see. Sam he's right next to Saban and Harsin, Tommy. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He is 7 spots away from Greg Sankey. So if I'm Sam Pittman and Hunter Yurchek, I'm paying either David Cutcliffe or Charlie Hussey whatever amount of money I need to pay to sit next to Greg Sankey today, tomorrow, and however many days are left. Just to listen, Sam's one of those guys, you sit next to him a little bit, like, this guy's kind of cool. He's pretty chill. And then pretty soon he's like, oh, man, I really like this guy. Next thing you know, Greg's doing whatever Sam wants. That's how it works when it comes to meetings and you're the suit of this show. You're gonna have to explain how this stuff works. I'm just the blue collar guy, lunch pail guy that goes to work every day. You handle the behind the scenes stuff. That's how that works, right? You just kind of got to schmooze a little bit.
You know, the problem with these coaches meetings, they get a lot of publicity because the coaches are meeting. Nick Saban's in the room. You know, your head coach, Sam Pittman's in the room, and Jimbo Fisher, if you're an Aggie fan, and we think that's where the power meetings are. It's kind of like having a meeting you're involved with. All right, we're going to listen, and then, all the coaches are going to leave the room, and then the presidents and the chancellors are going to vote and make the real decisions. That's the problem with all this. I mean, I didn't even talk about the basketball coaches, and they'll get together at some point. But, that's the thing. These coaches don't have any power. They're not going to make any final calls. They're going to make some strong recommendations. The ADs even ultimately don't have final power. Now, I think a lot of things like we were talking about, just scheduling models and pods and all those things, I think the AD's conversations and listening to the coaches will help shape where that's going. That might be the most important thing past NIL and transfer portal conversations that are happening. The real thing that's going to come out of this is scheduling models and how the conference is going to look and be shaped when Texas and Oklahoma actually join. Those conversations, I believe, are happening this week that will, set the path for where we're headed with scheduling formats in all the sports.
We'll have to wait and see on that. That's something that
that's a big thing coming out of this.
Yeah. So who do you want to sit by? Alyssa Orange, the Big Trail Nation, asked me that last night, and I thought it was a great question. I said in between Lane Kiffin and Mike Leach. That is the response I have. You got the list in front of you, Tommy. You got the picture. You got a chance to sit by. And the easy answer is and most of y'all would say, well, I want to sit by Sam Pittman. Listen, that's fine. That's a fine answer. But who would you want to sit by in this old seating chart we got in front of us?
So who's going to – I think I might want to sit in between. There's a spot where you could sit in between Mike Leach and Lane Kiffin because I think I'm going to get the best sarcastic remarks. When someone else is speaking across the table, that under-the-breath comment, you're going to be in – that's a prime spot right there for that under-the-breath hilarious moment. I don't think you're going to get that on the other end of the table. I mean, I don't think between Billy Napier and Brian Harsin you're going to get – much comedy out of that. Nick Saban doesn't have anything funny to say about this stuff, so that's the side of the table I want to be on. Is when Leach or Kiffin poke fun at somebody from across the table.
Do you think Lane would get offended if you called him Joey?
He may be using that may be part of his game down there in Destin, his beach game.
I want to know if that's a real thing. And for those that don't know the story, now was this when he was at USC or was it FAU that he went by the nickname Joey Freshwater when he was talking to certain females? And not to say that he doesn't.
I thought it was
an
Alabama.
It was
I
a
thought it was an
Bama thing?
Alabama. Yeah, when he was obviously on staff there. I thought that's where it originated.
Okay.
So that was his alter ego there in Tuscaloosa. So
he would be, I would think, pretty recognizable, right? I mean I could be wrong.
You think in Tuscaloosa they'd know every coach on staff, but. Yeah, that I don't know if he's opened that game up in Destin, but that might be his beach game down there in Destin.
You think the oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, you think the coaches are like golf cart racing and doing other competition activities down there too?
I don't think they're having any Olympic games down there amongst the coaches, but that. They might be racing to the bar when the meeting is over. That might be the only racing is the bar at the Hilton Sandestin. Hey, we're brought to you by the Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building your next fence or gating project. More security at home or at your business. It's on everyone's mind these days. So how do I make it safer for my kids at home or safer for my employees and my warehouse or my stock that's out in the yard, my inventory in the yard? Hey, a great fence from the Fence Man, whether it's commercial or residential, whether it's a custom wrought iron installation, or you just need a wood privacy fence, all kinds of fencing and gating are the specialty of the Fence Man. 479-782-3936. That's 782-3936. For the Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Got some things to get into here in your hog update coming up. We're going to do What's Your Beef in the 8 o'clock hour after Teddy Cahill of Baseball America joins us. If you've got to take this morning about this baseball team, about the SEC meetings, about a beef as well, you're welcome to jump in here, 877-377-6963. Also want to remind you that we will be live at Granny's Kitchen in downtown Stillwater on Friday. Phil Elson and myself getting you ready for Game 1, Tommy. That starts at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We'll have the action here on most of these stations you're listening to now. Hey, we're brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort, the place to hang, and the place where the experts hang out, too. So if you're looking for an expert guide, maybe you say, Kraft, I've heard you talk about this fishing forever. I want to go, but I don't know about tying on a hook. I don't know what kind of rigging. I don't even have a rod and reel. But I want to go. This sounds like fun. Hey, that's the cool thing about Gaston's. They have expert guides that have been doing this for years, and they take care of everything. They literally bait the hook. They take care of tying all the riggings up and making sure that you're set up to have a successful day on the White River. They drive the boat. They clean the fish. They do it all. So if you've got kids or grandkids or even yourself, hey, fishing's kind of new to me, don't worry about it. That's why you get a guide at Gaston's to take you out in one of those great topwater boats and enjoy it. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here and hitthatline.com.
How would your family like to swim for free for 12 months? The Burton Pools & Spa's Doughboy Super Sales event is going on now. Get your choice of 0% interest and no payments for 12 months or a rebate up to $2,000 on a Doughboy semi-in-ground or above-ground pools. All this going on now at Burton Pools & Spas in Springdale and Fort Smith. You can get your feet wet without getting in over your head. Visit burtonpools.com. 0% offer good with approved credit. See dealer for details.
FanDuel Sportsbook NBA same-game parlays give you the chance to turn a little bet into a big payday. Choose any NBA game and combine multiple bets into one wager for bigger wins. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code PLAY to bet the NBA today. That's promo code PLAY exclusively on FanDuel Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA.
21 plus and present in Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, permitted parishes only. Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, Wyoming, or West Virginia. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable site credit that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, and Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona. 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. 1-877-7770-STOP in Louisiana. 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia.
Was your roof damaged by recent storms? Don't fall victim to out-of-town contractors and fly-by-night repairmen. Trust the local roofing professionals at Able Roofing. Call their local number, 474-0006, for a free roof inspection. Never trust something as important as the roofing system on your home to a storm chaser. Able Roofing, 474-0006, will work with your insurance company. Call now for your free roof inspection, 474-0006. Able Roofing, the hometown roofers.
Hell yes! Hey folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources, where we've just had the perfect storm. Yeah, we got hail, but just enough to create a tsunami of savings for our customers. That's right, little bitty damage and great big old savings on a great selection of Rath road-ready vehicles. But you want to hurry in for the best selection, because this inventory is turning like a tornado. If you have damage on your car, bring it in. We'll trade for it just like it is, even if it looks like a Titleist. If you're keeping your car, let us take care of it for you in our Meineke Car Care Center with free AC check, half-off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. Better yet, trade it in and say hell yes to this perfect storm of savings. Don't wait till they're all fixed. Don't wait till they're all gone. Start driving better today during the Hell Yes sale at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
When you want beer, you go to a bar. When you want top-shelf spirits, wines, handcrafted cocktails, and cigars, in an atmosphere benefiting a destination, you go to 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Try our new menu items including fish and chips, classic club sandwiches, Caesar and Cobb salads, or stick to your favorites, dine in or carry out. Enjoy our state-of-the-art air filtration system. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith. Doors open at 4, Tuesday through Saturday.
We will make your life easier. Jody'sAuto.com will pick up your vehicle at your office or home or wherever. Take it to one of our 3 locations in Van Buren and Fort Smith. Perform any service your vehicle will ever need and deliver your vehicle back to you. Hi, Kim Bircher with Jody'sAuto.com. No missing work. No finding a sitter. No sitting in a waiting room. No wasting your precious time that you don't have. Many of our customers tell us, you're saving me money. Pick up and delivery, it's free when you spend $75 and only $10 if less. With our 3 oil change specials, you're going to find adding $10 will mean nothing. And we always have free shuttle service. You bring your vehicle to us and we will take you and pick you up in our vehicle. Honesty and customer service is always our #1 goal. We will make your life much easier. Jody'sAuto.com, JODYS Auto.com.
Tired of constant computer issues at work? And who knows what the real problem is? Is it the router? No, it's the hardware. Wait, they said it was the software. Call Hashtag Managed IT Services. Their multifaceted approach to IT support guarantees that everything is working at optimum performance. And Hashtag prevents the small problems from becoming big issues. Hashtag Managed IT Services in Van Buren. 479-802-4978. That's 479-802-4978. Hashtag technology without the headache.
Hurry up, dude.
Dude, the game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV? What? Oh, no way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
Ask Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith about Shelter's home insurance.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Oh, yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
Arkansas wins the national championship! The Arkansas Razorbacks have completed the dream season!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
So Sam Pittman got some good news yesterday as Taylor Lewis, defensive lineman, 6'3", 300 pounds, out of the College of the Canyons, has committed to Arkansas. Now, Tommy, here's a stat for you this morning. You don't have a single 4-star defensive tackle on your roster right now. Now, that's something that we've talked about, that Richard's told us about, how few really talented D tackles there are in the high school ranks and even the college ranks where they're ranked. But you've got some guys that you've got to develop, and that's a spot that Arkansas really needs to shore up if the defense is going to be as the same, if not better, than they were last year.
Yep, and we know it starts up front. We have that conversation all the time, and I think really you're starting to see it level off a little more, or get to the level would be a better way to say it. On the offensive line, you got to bring that defensive line up to the same level where in practice you got great battles going on there when ones take on ones, but you feel like you got some A-gap stoppers and some people that can make offensive coordinators lose some sleep at night, because you got some people that can control the inside. So with this RPO game and everything, the way offenses are changing, stud defensive linemen and having some pass rushers coming off the edge are just key to any championship team.
Mel Kiper Jr. is already coming out with his list for next season. Not surprised to see Jalen Catalon and Ricky Stromberg on the rankings for top 10 in both centers and safety. Really curious to see where Jalen and Ricky and some other guys maybe on this roster end up getting drafted. Michael Turner was listed as one of the semifinalists for the Buster Posey National Collegiate Catcher of the Year award. And I know that Michael, coming over from Kid State and kind of the stuff that we've talked about the last couple of days, happy for him and hoping he can have a pretty stellar regional there in Stillwater, Tommy.
Yeah, and it's time for this team to find their A game. We've talked about that a few times this morning. And in Stillwater, good things have happened in the past. Need to find that A game pretty quickly, and you win your first two games, you're in the catbird seat over there. So winning Friday and Saturday, and you can really put everybody else's backs to the wall pretty quick.
That's going to do it for your Hog Update. It is brought to you by Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Now we're gonna parallel the two 27-year-olds on this program to the 46-year-old real quick. Tommy, did you play in either middle school or high school, maybe college? I don't think we really did this in college. Did you play Truth or Dare with your friends, guys and girls at a party? Is that a game that touched your pastime like it has Drew and mine?
I hear my kids wanting to play that from time to time now, and have brought that up, at the dinner table or something. They think it's fun. I would probably say that was probably more of a junior high thing. It certainly wasn't a college thing for me, but I had a little bit different college experience probably than most people at 20 or 21 years old. So,
well, in middle school and high school, you were the spin the bottle king, right? Is that a game that you frequently? I find it.
What's opposite of king? That was the popper,
Jester.
I guess. Court jester. That's probably more the court jester.
So if it landed on you, were girls mad? Or
they ran. You found out who had track speed. You found out who you could really clock some 40 times at that point. So
I'm trying to think. So I played spin the bottle once. Truth or Dare came up more What is another game that we would play in like middle?
I'm shocked you forgot one. I mean, this is probably one of the biggest ones we played in high school, especially. It's more of a drinking game, but we still played it with and without alcohol in high school.
High school kids drink?
Never have I ever.
Yeah, I've done that.
Come on, that was a great one.
Did you do that, Tommy?
Never have I ever?
Yes.
We used to have a radio segment that was something similar to that.
Could
you?
Would you put down fingers or would you hold them up? Because you get what? You get 5 lives.
You start with 5, and then you just go all the until you're out.
Okay. I'm trying to think of another game that's I've got one that I don't know if I can say on this airwaves.
The Magic 8 Ball, when you used to you'd shake that up and you get you'd ask a question, that'd be the answer. Of course, that going to that private school, they probably told you you're going straight to Hades if you did that type or the Ouija board. Oh my goodness,
My dad told me it's probably time to leave if the Ouija board got out.
Yeah.
I'm not messing with any of that crap.
No, sir.
I'm sorry. I'm running for the hills if that thing gets out. Now, B in Clarksville said it's kind of similar to yours when you find out if a girl has track speed. The girls would reply to him on Spin the Bottle. They say best 2 out of 3. If they
and then if it didn't go the way, all right, best out of 7.
Landed on him. I'm just trying to picture, and we all have our different stages in our life, right? Where we were this way in middle school, this way in high school, this way in college, and this great post-grad. I'm just trying to picture you at a high school party at 17 years old. What were you doing? Trying to visualize that as best I can. Maybe I should call Teddy and get a more truthful, because you could get on here and say something that's completely false. Maybe I call Teddy and get a better description of what you'd be like as a 17-year-old at a high school party, Tommy, because I'm kind of intrigued by that, since it is, by the way, it's National Dare Day. That's why I brought this up.
Oh, I was wondering why
are we talking about this? But it's national. I would like to
National Dare Day.
National Dare Day. Do you have a dare?
So this is when stupid decisions are made on a day such as this. So I haven't given this much thought. What I would. I guess one simple thing, just knowing your love for mac and cheese, we would dare you to have some mac and cheese while you're in Stillwater. That'd be a very bland, but
I'll take it
entree
truth.
to this conversation.
I'll take it truth. I'll be
truth or dare. You would take truth over mac and cheese.
You know what?
I was more of a dare guy. I don't know.
We'll do this right now. I will truthfully answer any question that you and Drew ask.
Drew, where should we go with this?
I don't know. I didn't have time to prepare.
You can ask me.
We only got like 2 minutes left in the segment.
Whatever
too, so.
you want under the sun,
I got it.
and I will truthfully answer.
Does Ty Richardson have an active lady in his life, one that would be called a girlfriend?
No, that was really easy.
I knew that one actually.
Yeah, Drew, you should have asked her. You should have talked with Drew about that. Drew,
are there any prospects on the horizon?
Define prospect. Like, did I think they're a prospect, or they think of me as a prospect? Because
they think of you as a prospect. Yeah, takes 2 to tango.
Yeah.
I gotta figure that one out. That's
all right. I've got a truth, and I do want full honesty, no cockiness, no nothing.
Okay. No cockiness. That's gonna be hard.
I mean, full confident, full honesty. Are you truly built different?
Am I truly built different?
See, I stumped him, didn't I?
Full honesty. I mean, truthfully, even though I'm from Little Rock and we know the kids from the Final Word are different, the answer in reality is I'm about as plain and dry and simple as it gets when it comes to that's the answer is honestly no. I have to be truthful. The answer is no. And
I'm marking the tape.
I hate saying that this morning, but it's the truth, Tommy.
Can you say that again? And say that again.
We're out of time. You got to get a read in, man.
Just in case the computer wasn't working, I want to make sure we got this. So
this segment's going to somehow
roll the reel-to-reel over there
disappear
in the
cloud.
Hey, great people, great equipment, and great opportunities. That's what you get with Patriot Transport. If you've interviewed or talked to other trucking companies, they've made promises. Maybe you've went to work for one, and they promised you more miles, more time at home, better pay, and they're not delivering. Hey, come talk to Patriot Transport. They understand the difference in all of these plans you've been offered, and that's why they're going to give you a great opportunity to make nearly $100,000 a year, plus get the time at home that you need as well. They know that work and life balance is important. Apply online, patriottransport.com. That's PatriotTransport.com. Great people, great equipment, great opportunities at Patriot Transport.
Teddy Cahill, Baseball America, joins us next.
Day 209 on the island. There is still no rescue in sight. I long for the simple comforts of home. The leather seats, the spacious interior, the 12.3-inch touchscreen display, and of course, the panoramic moonroof. If I could only gaze through it one more time.
Jerry!
What?
Stop talking about your Highlander and help me with the raft.
Frank seems more agitated than normal lately. Could it possibly be because he too misses my Toyota Highlander?
No, Jerry, it's not because I miss your Highlander. And stop acting like I can't hear you.
Yes, that must be it. Comparing his sad raft to my sleek-looking Highlander has finally broken him.
Just stop.
Experience the unforgettable 2022 Toyota Highlander for yourself. Visit your local dealer or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at Toyota.com for feature availability.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, this is Jason Christie from Park Hill, Oklahoma, the 2022 Bassmaster Classic champion. I'm excited to tell you about the Booyah Poppin' Pad Crasher Jr. It is a smaller version of the Poppin' Pad Crasher, and it's a bait I'm going to use all summer on the Arkansas River. Frog fishing is one of my favorite things to do when summer fishing, and Poppin' Pad Crasher Jr. is the right size and has the right hook set up to catch them. It's available at lurenet.com and tackle stores everywhere. The Booyah Poppin' Pad Crasher Jr.
Save thousands during the storm damage sale at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Over 350 new and pre-owned vehicles were damaged during the recent storm, and now over $1 million in discounts will be passed on to Harry Robinson's customers. Some of the damage is really minor, but the savings are severe. Plus, there are still lots of vehicles that were not damaged in stock. Save thousands on your next vehicle during the storm damage sale at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Have you recently experienced possible hail damage to your roof? Is it just time to replace the one you currently have? Brothers Roofing and Restoration is a properly licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Brother Alexander has over 25 years of experience in home insurance and adjusting and residential roofing. Brothers Roofing Crew has 17 years of experience themselves. He provides free estimates with the most competitive pricing in the area while using the industry's best materials. So call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother to inspect your roof.
Riley Farm Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedures for you and your family. From general dentistry, braces, implants, and cosmetics, Dr. Bo Sparkman and Dr. Brogan give all of their patients better lives with a better smile, more confidence, and a comfortable experience every time. Riley Farm Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit RileyFarmDental.com.
There's more to a tractor than just horsepower. A tractor also needs weight to get that horsepower to the ground. With TYM, a heavier tractor comes standard. Many of the TYM models weigh more for the horsepower than comparable tractors from the big names, and tractors that weigh more do more. See Bush Tractor at their new location at 6100 South Zero in Fort Smith, or log on to bushtractor.com to see how they can upgrade your productivity.
Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer opens like every other seltzer, pours like every other seltzer, but it's not like every other seltzer. USDA certified organic, no added sugar, and low cal, so you've never seen another seltzer quite like it. And with new refreshing flavors like black cherry and watermelon strawberry, you've never tasted one like it either. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Have you been looking for your next place to call home and just haven't found the right one? Then it's time to check out the properties at Trinity Multifamily. With a variety of apartments, duplexes, townhomes, and houses, there is surely one to fit your needs. Whether it's in the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas, or Central Arkansas that you are looking at, they have you covered. Give them a call today. Trinity Multifamily, 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
Building a home can be stressful. This is true whether you're the homeowner or the contractor. Many times these issues result in a lawsuit. If you are a homeowner or a contractor and find yourself needing legal help, call the attorneys at Kevin Hickey Law Partner. With experience representing homeowners as well as non-payment or other issues that could arise during construction. Contact Brad Hull or Kevin Hickey at 479-434-2414 in the River Valley or 479-802-6560 in Northwest Arkansas. Or check them out on the web at artriallawyers.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we're watching a slow-moving front making its way into the state of Arkansas and an increasing shot at showers and thunderstorms in the forecast statewide. Highs north, low 80s. Further south, we should hit the upper 80s. Still some showers and thunderstorms tonight lingering into our Thursday. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Carco Auto Sales. Give them a call at 783-1722 or check them out online at buyfromcarco.com.
You're listening to the Morning Rush live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith.
This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light Next with 0 carbs and only 80 calories. It's brewed for what's next.
I didn't say anybody did anything wrong, and I've said everything I'm going to say about this, and I should have never mentioned any individual institutions. I said that before. Some kind of uniform name, image, and likeness, standard that supports some kind of equitable national competition, I think is really, really important in college athletics and college football.
Darren McFadden, you're listening to the Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
People who really want to have a good time won't come to a slaughterhouse. And we've got entirely too many troublemakers here.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
I don't like you because you're dangerous. That's right. I am dangerous.
Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
I hit the 7-iron like John Daly hits the 3.
This is the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
You just got to keep living, man.
And Tommy Kraft.
We follow orders or people die. Are we clear?
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Yes,
Well, Tommy, we sure did open a can of worms that last segment. Now I've got a bunch of texts from Morning Rush listeners asking all these inquiring facts about me. So,
truth or dare questions?
Yeah.
We'll come back to that.
They're all truth questions. So, no, I think, yeah, we should come back to it. And I think I deserve to ask a question to Drew, and I should ask a question to you. If we want to come back
around, I'm an open book.
I think that would be fair. We're going to talk some baseball with Teddy Cahill, Baseball America, coming up. If you got a question for Teddy, who's one of the best guys when it comes to talking college baseball, you can text it in at 877-377-6963. Tommy.
Brought to you by Wills RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. The best brands like Grand Design, Forest River, KC, Heartland, Keystone, and Alliance are all there. Best prices as well. And peace of mind with a lifetime warranty on every new RV that they sell. Plus their mobile service shuttle that will keep you camping. So when you're ready for some summer camping, the only place to go is Wheels RV. 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
Teddy, I know you're busy with college baseball postseason, really getting in high gear this week, so thanks for making some time for us. I want to start with the Stillwater Regional. What did you think of the draw for Oklahoma State and the teams with it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy draw for Oklahoma State. I mean, Arkansas is obviously a pretty talented team. That was kind of always to be expected, though, that if Arkansas wasn't hosting, that was going to be where they would end up. So Oklahoma State did not dodge it, and we'll see what they get there. But I think it's a pretty competitive regional, especially considering you're talking about a top 8 seed.
Teddy, Bobby Warnes was on the 2015 team that went to Stillwater, and they beat Oklahoma State, kicked them out of the regional, and then went on to win the whole thing. He's now on stat. Is there anything that these guys can take away from him and that team maybe 7 years ago?
I think that a lot of these guys have pretty strong experience in the postseason. So, it's going to be different. They haven't been on the road as much, and maybe he can help them, understand what that's about in a regional. But the thing is, like, they're looking at they play on the road in the SEC all the time, right? And what they're going to see this weekend is not going to be that different from an SEC, weekend where they go to Starkville or something. So I think they're in a pretty good position to understand what's going into it. But obviously, any experience you can get like that, I think, is helpful.
Teddy, what's your evaluation of the SEC this year? We know Tennessee's been the most dominant team in all of college baseball, but outside of the Volunteers, is this league up or down this year?
It's a little hard to tell because of how good Tennessee is, right? That, you've got this incredible team at the top of the standings, and, they're giving losses to everyone else in the league that they play. So, some of these records aren't as good as what you would normally expect to see. But I think the league overall is solid. I think it's a pretty typical year in the SEC at the end of the day.
When you look at teams and those that get to Omaha and go far and make and have a chance to win the national title, what's the most important ingredient in your mind? Is it having that third and fourth starter? Is it just hot bats at the right time? We've seen teams that didn't have a great season get hot and make it there. What's that secret ingredient in your mind to have a successful postseason run?
I think it's definitely pitching. It's not necessarily having a third or fourth starter because there are plenty of teams that kind of shoring that all up by the time they get into this anyway. I mean, the way the schedule works in Omaha and a super regional especially, like you don't necessarily need all the depth that you do early on in the year. But it's having frontline pitching for me is the biggest thing. I mean, you want to be hot. You'd love to have hot bats. But, what does that mean? Mississippi State last year was pretty terrible going into the postseason, and they got hot in a regional. It's not about being hot all May. It's about being hot in June.
Teddy Cahill, Baseball America, with us here on the Morning Rush. Teddy, elephant in the room. What's the pup's name that we're hearing in the background?
That is Millie. She has a lot of thoughts about this stuff, as you can tell.
Okay. I like I'm forgetting if it's Kimmel or Fallon. Who does the – Tommy, you might have – I know you're not a big talk show guy. Y'all help me out. Who is the talk show host that does like the puppy challenge where they put one team on one side and one team on the other, and whichever one the puppies go to, that's who they declare the winner? I'm forgetting maybe it's Corden. I don't know. But
it's one of them late nights.
It's one of the late nights. Well, want to wish Millie a happy Wednesday morning. Hope she's doing well. Kind of to go along the lines with the SEC and Tommy mentioning Tennessee, Teddy. We know the stat since the College World Series and the field expanded, the number one overall seed has never won it. What about Tennessee convinces you that they could be the first team to actually do it this year?
Well, anything I would say about them, I would have said about Arkansas a year ago. So I think that's important to understand that we kind of always think the number one seed is capable of winning it, and it just hasn't happened. This specific Tennessee team, though, I mean, you look at what they do on the mound. I mentioned that pitching is, kind of the number one thing for me in the postseason. Well, they lead the nation in ERA. They have, this incredible wealth of starters and of relievers. Redmond Walsh this year or this weekend set the program's career saves record, and they have a guy in Ben Joyce who's out there throwing 103. I mean, so you have multiple options out of the pen to pick up on, the best rotation in the country. So I think that's where it starts for me. I mean, the power that they have, the fact that they go 1 through 9 and everyone there can hit for power is significant. But for me, I think it's all about the high-end pitching, and they field really well as well. It's a good run prevention team, both on the mound and defensively.
Teddy, when you look at Arkansas right now, heading into Stillwater against Oklahoma State, what has to change for Arkansas? We've seen, I don't want to say Jekyll and Hyde necessarily this year, but a team that played much better earlier in the year than they're playing now. What in your mind from watching the Razorbacks needs to change over the weekend in order to have a successful run in Stillwater? Yeah,
it's when I saw them in Hoover last week, it was not a great look. A not a lot went right. So there's a lot of things that you could, find a way to correct. But I think the biggest thing is they have to find a rhythm on the mound again. Connor Noland was so good early in the season, and I don't specifically know why he's kind of backed up a little bit. But if they could get him back to where he was early in the year, that would be a really big deal for them. And, I think they just need to get back into a little bit of a comfort zone. Maybe they're pressing a little bit down the stretch, trying to, finish up that SEC West title or whatever. But they need to find a way to, just be comfortable in what is not an easy environment to be comfortable in, certainly. But if they can find some of that more rhythm, I think that would be a big deal.
Yeah, and when you look at this, this weekend, that's certainly, finding something at the plate. So for Dave Van Horn, I mean, you got to see it front hand. He was missing time, had the food poisoning, and was hospitalized. You recall any stories like that where a team with a kind of a veteran coach and the type A of their team missed postseason time, or was that kind of a new storyline that you had to cover last week in Hoover?
Yeah, I can't remember anything like that. It was very strange because. You heard that he was going to be out for the game, and you wonder what that's about, and then you find out, and I mean that's it's not something you want to go through just on your day to day, and then to be missing games like that in Hoover because of that. I mean that just adds a lot of insult to an already uncomfortable situation.
Tommy was saying last week, Teddy, that Dave was sick of his baseball team and couldn't bear to watch him anymore. That's why he didn't show up, but. Yeah, well, Teddy, real quick before we let you go, and again, I know you're busy this week, so we really appreciate you making some time for us. Looking at the regionals right now in the Southeastern Conference that are related either home or away, which one are you most intrigued by a certain SEC team or teams that you're really going to hone in on this weekend?
I think that Gainesville and Auburn both are pretty loaded fields. I'm curious to see how that turns out. Florida's played so well down the stretch. Now they have a pretty challenging draw. What is that going to look like? And I just feel like anyone in that Auburn regional can go win it. So those are two that kind of jump out to me from the SEC standpoint.
Teddy, we'll leave it there. Appreciate your coverage this morning, and enjoy a heap load of college baseball this weekend in the coming weeks, man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, good stuff from Teddy Cahill of Baseball America. We'll react to it and do some What's Your Beef Wednesday coming up in just a sec, Tommy.
Hey, brought to you by Riley Farm Dental at 5901 Riley Park Drive, right at the entrance to Riley Farms. Dr. Sparkman, Dr. Brogan, they give their patients better lives and a comfortable experience every time. Everything from braces and implants and cosmetics to general dentistry as well. It's all there for you at Riley Farm Dental. That's one of the reasons they've been voted top 3 best of the best every year since 2017. See more at RileyFarmDental.com. That's RileyFarmDental.com, or call 226-3500 for your appointment.
So I'm going to watch more college baseball this weekend than I have all year outside of Arkansas. Either listened or watched most of the Arkansas, especially SEC games, Tommy. But kind of like Teddy just referred to, there's some other, I think, intriguing regionals for our fan base that they just kind of want to see what the other SEC teams do.
Yeah, and I think, I think college baseball is one of those things. You'll pay a lot of attention to everything else as long as your team's in it. And I don't know about you, but when the College World Series, when Arkansas makes it, I watch all the games. When Arkansas's out, I'm kind of done with it. When Arkansas doesn't make the College World Series, I'll it's take or leave, but it's not appointment TV. I think this weekend you'll watch a lot. You'll keep an eye on what's going on in Chapel Hill. You want to see how the other SEC teams are going. I wonder how many in our audience this morning, though, but if Arkansas doesn't get past this weekend, are you watching the Supers? I think as long as your team's involved, you're plugged in all the way.
It's a good question to ask, and I think most people would probably drop it if Arkansas was to bounce. But I think there's a chance that they get out of Stillwater and either head to Chapel Hill or head to Fayetteville. But a long way from that 12 o'clock first game. We'll have it most on these ESPN Arkansas radio stations. Now, Tommy, just help me on this. Westwood One has all the NCAA baseball coverage. We do not have it on hitthatline.com, correct?
That is not my understanding for this weekend's games.
This weekend.
I believe that only applies potentially at the College World Series.
Okay.
That's where Westwood One gets involved. They do have the championship stuff, but I believe it's only in Omaha.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to write that down and make a correction because I guess I misread that. But, yeah. All right. So we will have
Unless you've read something new that I haven't read, I've received nothing that I've read, at least, that would lead me to think otherwise.
All right, well.
Maybe you know something I don't.
Nope, typically you know more.
You tell me that all the time. So.
That I know more than you do. Well, just with certain aspects of our business, which I built up, but not for the 75%. I'd say you have a much better grasp.
Drew, I've never found the letter I in team. Have you? So
no, I haven't. Of course not. What I just gave you credit for knowing more than me. Did you? Now listen, I know you got earwax in those ears because you're getting old, but clear out the cobwebs this morning.
Built up.
It's Wednesday. Yeah. Oh, we, same thing. Whatever. We mentioned the cockiness earlier.
We. It's all the same stuff.
Blame the city of Little Rock for raising a bunch of cocky you-know-whats. That's what
happens when you hang out at Chenal all day.
So. All right. We have truth or dare. Truthfulness. I have never been a member at a country club. We have got to get that stigma out of there. That's not to say I won't join one at someday, but I was
about to say we were pushing for it yesterday.
Yeah, we are. And listen, Tommy, that's something that it's not necessarily demand, but we are pushing hard, man.
It's not going to go away. We're going to keep asking.
I don't want to tell you that I'm going to
walk. I went by Fort Smith Country Club. I signed you guys up yesterday.
I wish that was still a thing. All right, maybe that's a beef that we have this morning. Let's get into our beefs on a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
What is wrong with you? Okay, I want to complain. I'm complaining. I want to complain about complaining. I want to complain. It really pisses me off today
to simply listen to people whine and complain.
But I'm angry. I'm spitting angry. I'm like a tornado of anger, swirling about. My heart rate is dangerously high right now.
I'm complaining because not enough people tickle, hug, or smile.
I'm so mad I could eat ball bearings and crap BBs.
It's time for What's Your Beef Wednesday.
So I know Drew's beef is probably just having to helped him moved into his new apartment yesterday, which I know you and I, Tommy, hate moving. Drew, I know who you hate moving.
Oh, I do.
Which is just not fun. But we made pretty good time on it. Had 2 other helpers as well. I'll tell you my beef coming up, but Tommy, I'll let you get going with yours this morning.
All right, What's Your Beef Wednesday brought to you by Farm Credit. If you have a loan with a variable to balloon rate, now's the time to talk to Farm Credit and lock in that rate for long-term fixed-rate options that are available right now. In fact, Farm Credit is offering the longest terms in ag history. Long-term fixed rates means there's no surprises with your payment for the life of your loan. Find a Farm Credit office near you at myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com, and set your operation up for success and rest easy. Farm Credit is an equal housing lender. You want me to go first?
I can go first. You can go
ahead.
First. All right.
You
so
go.
Real quick, JC and MC says there technically is an I in team. It's hidden in the letter A. It spells out an I. I thought that was a good text. All right. So my beef is for those that love Michelob Ultra, the Schlobes. That's probably that and Natural Light are my 2 favorite beers. If you have Natural Light on tap, I love you. It's kind of like Tommy's Coke Zero. If you have Natty Light on tap, you are my forever friend as a bar. So the reason I bring up Michelob Ultra is if you remember Southern Hills and Tiger Woods, I don't remember if it was a tee shot, Tom, or what, but you have all these people behind Tiger that have their phones out. And then you have this gentleman named Mark who is just holding a nice little tall boy Michelob Ultra and just sitting there watching. It's kind of perched up on his belly, and it's just a beautiful picture. And he ends up getting a merchandise sponsorship deal with Michelob Ultra around it, talking about it's just this good and it's great. And the reason I bring this up as a beef is because I think it started with my generation. It's continued into your son and daughter's generation. We always have to have our phone out for every specific moment, right? We can't just live in it. And there are certain things that I like to go back and watch on my camera phone. It's like, man, I remember that day like it was yesterday. It was fantastic. But every once in a while, put the old iPhone, put the old Android away and just enjoy the moment. That's my beef this morning, is because I am so attached. When I didn't have my phone in Baton Rouge for 12 hours, I felt naked. And that's not good. That's not good for anyone to feel that way. But a lot of you, that's how you feel. Now, I envy those who don't have to have their phone on their person 24/7. Unfortunately, I do. And unfortunately, I'm less like Mark and more like the hundreds of others in that photo, Tommy, that have their camera phones out instead of just enjoying one of the greatest golfers to ever do it in Tiger Woods.
That is refreshing to hear a millennial say, hey, just live in the moment, that everything doesn't have to be put on on social media for it to be real. So that's refreshing from you, Ty, this morning. Isn't that the greatest investment anyone's made? Probably in an $18 beer is the one that, what'd you say the guy's name was?
Mark.
I've seen the picture. Mark, that $18 beer perfectly placed. I mean, that turned out to be probably the best $18 beer he's ever had in his life right there.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have to fight the urge, but I made a conscious effort, like at the Garth Brooks concert. I videoed one or two things that I wanted to have to relive, particularly when all the cell phone cameras and all that were lit up, or the flashlights, rather. That was a cool shot and a cool moment when they were singing The River. But other than that, you're right. Put your phone away and enjoy the moment. Be present in the moment. I struggle with that. I think a lot of people struggle with that because we've become so addictive to these little devices in our pocket right now. You haven't ever thought your phone was ringing and it wasn't like you thought it was vibrating in your pocket and you realized my phone's not even in my pocket. You ever done that?
Oh, 100%, Tommy. And I hate that
I'm not the only one. That's
I hate
crazy.
that I'm truthful about that. I will say I didn't get any Garth Brooks photos or videos from that concert. It's probably good that I didn't try and take a camera out during that point. But no, I'm with you, man. I look at it, I'm just like, man, I need to chill out a little bit.
Yeah. So, Drew, you got a beef this morning?
Just moving. I mean, honestly, that really was just frustrating.
Builds character.
I guess it does. I don't know, because if you would have had to run into me between the hours of 1 and probably about 5:30 yesterday, as I'm making probably 6-7 trips from the old place to the new place, as it's 95 degrees and walking upstairs and all this other stuff, you would have not found me to be a pleasant person. I was quite irate, and I know I probably owe the fiance an apology for when she called answering with a what.
So don't want to do that.
Yeah, I know.
Tommy, you don't seem to be angry this morning. Do you want to share one, or do you want me to do another one?
Only thing I would really beef about is, because we're reaching that time in sports where not a lot of knuckleheads maybe on the court or whatever to get mad at. But I guess my beef would be with my golf game. I played Sunday for the second time this year, and after watching some of the golf at Southern Hills, you realize, you'll never be that good because they got the God-given talent. You find out what real golf is about, and then you compare your game, and you're like, this is a disaster. So me and golf got to have a long conversation. Either I got to get more all in or I got to get more all out. But after Sunday's round, it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't pleasant at all.
I'll tell you what, man. I will sacrifice a day or a weekend of hanging out with friends in the coming weeks or months, and you can take us to a lotion and we can play around out there. How does that sound?
I don't know how many guest passes. I ain't guest passes. I'm sure Warren's going to give me a membership just any moment now. So, hey, one thing we can do, we won't lose any golf balls, is hang by the pool this summer. The annual Doughboy Pools Super Sales event's going on now at Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith. Get up to $2,000 off on Doughboy semi-in-ground pools, up to $1,200 off on Doughboy above-ground pools. Plus, you get 4 free passes to the Parrot Island Water Park to enjoy while your pool is being installed. It's the annual Doughboy Super Sales event, Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, where you can get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
All right, when we come back, I want to share some news about Anthony Black.
Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
Hey, this is Hunter Yurtek, Director of Athletics at the University of Arkansas, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Wheels RV wants you to seek out all the natural state has to offer this year. The company you can trust when it comes to building quality fencing and gates is looking for quality people to join the Fenceman team. If you are a fence builder or have building or welding experience, apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fenceman offers great pay and a $500 sign-on bonus. Join the top fence building team and get a $500 sign-on bonus. The Fenceman. Apply today in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fenceman is an equal opportunity employer.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
A little girl asked me one time, "Pastor, does the devil have a mother?" I was shocked by her deep question and thought for a second. Yes, he does. Her name is pride. The devil fell because of a rebel yell of pride. The Bible says pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. Pride really is the mother of all sins and will take you on a dark ride. There's nothing more devilish than being rebellious. I'm Pastor Heath. Check us out at woodlandpeople.church.
Our partners at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the NBA playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that the MLB is back as well. Who are you picking to win the World Series? BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's super easy to get started, so head to the website today or use your mobile device to join and use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.
Dent Source, the leader in auto hail repair for over 20 years. Our certified technicians service all vehicles and offer a lifetime warranty. Dent Source will keep you on the road with a courtesy vehicle and offer free pickup and delivery. Dent Source, now open in Fort Smith.
Choose their professional installation. Whatever your choice, give them a call today to get a free same-day estimate. Financing available. For the best customer service from flooring to countertops, Norris Material and Supply Flooring Center is your local flooring professional. Check them out online at flooring.norrisms.com or on the corner of Wheeler and South Y, 479-289-7111. Hablamos Español.
Do you remember the joy you felt as a kid about pizza night? Remember how good it smelled? You could taste it even before you opened the box. And then that first bite. It was so good. Be the supper time savior. Order Jim's Razorback Pizza now. 434-3456. The best pizza in Fort Smith, or it's free.
Jim's Razorback Pizza. Let's get ready for the Old Fort Days Rodeo at Jelco Outdoors. Check out the new selection of Western boots by Ariat, Justin, Nakona, Tony Lama, and Twisted X. Boots for men, women, and children. Cowboy hats and ball caps. Ariat shirts and jeans. Get ready to rodeo in style at Jelco Outdoors. Stop by and see the gang from Jelco at the booth by the main entrance at Harper Stadium at the Old Fort Days Rodeo. Shop local, shop Jelco. Proud sponsors of the Old Fort Days Rodeo.
With over 40 years combined experience, the team at the law offices of Craig L. Cook understand the definition of work. Real work. Working for you. Whether you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help navigating bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook, with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Carco Auto Sales takes great pride in serving Fort Smith, the River Valley, and eastern Oklahoma for over 40 years, offering a variety of quality, late model, low mileage vehicles at unbeatable values. The friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you find the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. Carco Auto Sales will purchase your vehicle as well. Come see the team at 2810 Midland Boulevard or give them a call at 783-1722. Check them out online at buyfromcarco.com. Carco Auto Sales, when you're ready.
Doe's Eat Place, serving award-winning steaks, has now added lobster tail and salmon to the menu. You can also enjoy delicious appetizers along with your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Doe's Eat Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Call 784-9111. That's 784-9111. Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Crabb.
Orphan at third, battles at second. The 1-0 pitch. Leach swings, grounds it left side. Shortstop slides. Jenkins makes the play, throws to first, gets the out, and Missouri State wins.
Did you miss a segment or interview during the show? Find it in the Bud Light Next Morning Rush podcast. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right, so Anthony Black got some good news that we're going to tell you about coming up. Incoming freshman, 5-star out of Duncanville, Texas, that I know you're really excited to see at Bud Walton Arena this year. And we'll tell you about his news coming up. But do want to welcome in our guy, Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources, this morning on a Wednesday, first day of the month. Larry.
Guys starting all over, right? I mean, you push all month, and I think we should just kind of stop and take a minute to thank everybody that did business with us in May. We had a terrific month. Both stores, folks, thank you so much. People coming in, taking advantage of the big hail sale and, saving a lot of money. The cars in Fort Smith, you can't find the damage on those cars, and you're going to save hundreds, even thousands of dollars on them. We've still got a few left, maybe another week or two worth of those cars. And in Springdale, we fixed all these cars, so they have you can't find any damage at all. And these cars, you still save hundreds, even thousands during this hail sale that we've got going on. We've got a few of the new Mitsubishis. Those are hard to get these days, but come on in, test drive, find the one that's just right for you. Let us help you start driving better and something nicer, newer from Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. The Meineke Car Care Centers, those guys are having record months every month too. It's because they know how to take care of cars. More importantly, they know how to take care of folks, and they'd like a chance to take care of you and your car as well in the Meineke Car Care Center. So lots of good things going on. Folks, come on out and see us. Let us get you driving better, something nicer and newer from Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale, or check us out online at rathauto.com.
All right, that's Rath Auto Resources, Fort Smith, and in Springdale. Larry, enjoy your Wednesday, and we'll talk to you again on Friday.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one. Folks, come and see us.
I think a lot of us would love at some point to play for Team USA. Well, Anthony Black is going to get to play for the U18 squad. He's one of 13 guys that made the team across the country. Jordan Walsh was close. He was a finalist but did not make the final roster. Tommy, if I had to pick an Olympic event or sport to suit up for Team USA, it would be basketball. Now, I don't have the skill, the basketball IQ, or the height or anything to ever achieve that dream or goal. But I do, I would say that for many of us right now, a dream would be to play for some way, shape, or form for the Arkansas Razorbacks in a sport. Is Team USA the only other team that maybe is above, and maybe for some it's the Dallas Cowboys or the Chiefs, but is Team USA the one that might be above the Razorbacks in terms of just the prestige and maybe your dream overall, potentially?
Anytime you get to represent your country, whether it's an Olympic team, Team USA, I think about the Ryder Cup even. And while that's North America against Europe, I know it kind of gets lost in the shuffle of college football, but the Ryder Cup's one I think about. Man, if you could be on a team and represent your country, I'd love to be out, doing that. So I think about the Ryder Cup as well. But I think that's a great honor anytime. I think that's why it comes with all the great pressure. Is because that your whole country's watching you and counting on you. That's a humongous amount of pressure.
It's an awesome event that you love to watch. And Whistling Straits, Wisconsin, right? That's where it's at.
I believe that's where the last one was at. The next one's in Europe, in Rome.
Okay,
they play just outside of Rome, if I remember right.
That's awesome. So that's something to look forward
Paris
to.
or Rome, but that's the one coming up, and that would be an awesome bucket list type trip to go see the Ryder Cup over there.
It's be pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, Team USA. I think the two of the most revered teams, as Tommy and I were kind of talking about before the show, it's the Dream Team in '92 in Barcelona, and it's Miracle on Ice. Now, which of the two teams is more revered? Is it the team that beat the Soviets in the semis in hockey, or is it the Dream Team that just ran through everyone for the first time ever being able to use professional players?
They're different because one team had professionals, one team had amateur players. The Cold War era of the early 80s and what was going on with the USA and Russia and all of the other politics that went behind it, I think the higher level of respect, and you said revere, probably comes for the hockey team. But as far as dominance and best team ever assembled, probably the Dream Team.
You think about the talent on that roster: Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, John Stockton. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
You didn't say Isaiah Thomas.
No,
wait a minute.
No, Michael.
He was watching like us.
Yeah, Michael and Scotty. I think I truly believe that Michael Jordan said the only way I'm playing in this is Isaiah is not on the team. I don't care what Michael says on The Last Dance. I don't care what Scotty said that he thought Michael got him kicked off the team because he was on the team. He's the best point guard in the NBA outside of Magic at the time. No offense to John Stockton, who was a great player and got the 2 NBA championships.
Michael's team, yeah.
Yeah, it was Michael's team. And those practices, Christian Laettner is the best college player potentially of the 90s, and he dominated college basketball, but just did not have a chance on that team to do anything substantial. Those practices, I remember that documentary, they were like, yeah, Laettner, go sit over there. Let the men play some basketball. Different
Might have been
story.
the greatest collection of talent in any one team in any sport maybe ever. So whether it's the dream team, some international competition, or maybe you just want some action on the NBA Finals coming up, you can find it at busr.com/Morning Rush. Whether it's their race book, their live casino, or the sports book, always the latest odds and always something fun to play. Even if it's just a hand of blackjack, you'll find it at busr.com. And right now, when you sign up at busr.com/Morning Rush, get a 100% deposit bonus for signing up now. So they'll turn your 100 into 200, your 500 into $1,000 right now at busr.com/Morning Rush. Bet with confidence. Bet with busr.com.
When we come back, we'll talk more about what's going on in Destin, whatever you want to call it, the SEC meetings between some athletic directors, college football coaches, all that jazz. That's coming up, plus some odds where Arkansas is ranked to potentially win the SEC championship. I'll share it with you next.
Shop local, eat local, be local.
This is former Razorback Kanoy Kennedy, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
How would your family like to swim for free for 12 months? The Burton Pools & Spas Doughboy Super Sales event is going on now. Get your choice of 0% interest and no payments for 12 months or a rebate up to $2,000 on a Doughboy semi-in-ground or above-ground pools. All this going on now at Burton Pools & Spas in Springdale and Fort Smith. You can get your feet wet without getting in over your head. Visit burtonpools.com. 0% offer good with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunity, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Being helpful is what Arvest Bank is all about. And part of being helpful is listening to our customers, which is one of the reasons why Arvest Go, our mobile app, has a 5-star rating by our customers. You can easily pay friends, securely lock and unlock your cards, plus deposit checks, pay bills, and more. So download Arvest Go today. Arvest Bank, ready to help. Member FDIC.
For a dependable, fuel-efficient tractor from a company committed to the future, choose a Branson tractor. Each of our tractors is backed by a 6-year limited warranty with models available ranging in horsepower from 22 to 58. You are sure to find the tractor that is right for you. Make sure you call or stop in today at the new location for Bush Tractor at 6100 South 0 Street in Fort Smith. Again, that is 6100 South 0 Street in Fort Smith. Or you can check them out online at bushtractor.com.
Did you invest in real estate only to find out that real estate takes up too much of your time? If you answered yes, then it's time to make a call to the experts. With more than 30 years of combined property management experience and more than 16,000 units managed, Trinity Multifamily are the ones to call. Get your life back. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Hell yes! Hey folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources, where we've just had the perfect storm. Yeah, we got hail, but just enough to create a tsunami of savings for our customers. That's right, little bitty damage and great big old savings on a great selection of Rath road-ready vehicles. But you want to hurry in for the best selection, because this inventory is turning like a tornado. If you have damage on your car, bring it in. We'll trade for it just like it is, even if it looks like a Titleist. If you're keeping your car, let us take care of it for you in our Meineke Car Care Center with free AC C-Check, half off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. Better yet, trade it in and say hell yes to this perfect storm of savings. Don't wait till they're all fixed. Don't wait till they're all gone. Start driving better today during the Hell Yes sale at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online, rathauto.com.
Have your travel plans changed? Looking for a place that's close to home and keep your family safe? Gaston's White River Resort is located on the beautiful White River. They offer private accommodations in their lodges and cabins. Most cabins have a fully equipped kitchen or let their restaurant staff deliver to your cabin. Call 870-431-5202 and change your plans to Gaston's White River Resort. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
Ask Shelter agents Randy Milam or Brad Howell about Renter's Insurance.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Somebody said we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing, the SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Ashley Air. Keeping your home comfortable is what they do best. Trust them with your heating and cooling needs. Go to ashley.air.com to request service today.
So Brian Kelly told some sports media members, Tommy, that Greg Stanky talked about the possibility of an SEC-only playoff when the college football playoff contract ended in 2025. Now, we brought this up last week. He's going to talk with some more conference commissioners, and they're going to continue to think of ideas and think of ways to expanding, because he wants to expand. What are the odds you put out right now? We're talking about BUSR earlier. What are the odds you put out right now, Tommy, that we have an SEC-only playoff starting in 2025 or 26, whatever it is?
I think that's pretty limited. I think what you may see is, a whole new format that includes more seats at the table, but, you've got to be in some kind of alliance with the Big Ten and the ACC and, perhaps the Pac-12. We don't know what the Big 12's level of respect, I guess, is going to be as far as a Power 5 conference moving forward. But I don't know how legitimate would people consider a national championship if the SEC just had their own and nobody else was invited. If that's the idea, I don't think that's going to work. But I do think Greg Sankey's going to be at the tip of the spear in leading this change. And I've long been a proponent of a fourth division in football that includes the top 65 or so teams, the existing Power 5. Maybe you take a look at what that should include moving forward. But there needs to be a playoff that includes those level of teams and maybe some entrants for the group of 6 or whatever. But I think you've got to expand this thing out to at least 8. Some have talked about 12. 12 doesn't divide evenly for the first round necessarily in a bracket format, but they'll figure out what's best moving forward.
I know some of those teams that will be competing, whether it's an SEC-only college football playoff, a college football playoff, will be Alabama and Georgia. Right now, Circus Sports, Tommy, has Alabama as the best odds to win the Southeastern Conference at minus 130. Georgia's plus 143. A&M's plus 2150. Ole Miss plus 3350. And then Tennessee and Arkansas at plus 5,000 to win the Southeastern Conference, tied for 5th. So you're getting some respect from Vegas and casinos. Your over/under win total's not great at 6.5, but I've seen some decent odds when they give you to win the SEC, kind of that 4th, 5th, 6th range.
Yeah, it's the schedule. I saw Sam on with Feinbaum yesterday talking about the schedule, and it was like 3 years in a row. I guess he was commenting on you got the toughest schedule. Some of that's played in the West. Now you've got a probably, I don't know anyone's got a tougher non-conference schedule. Unless you want to talk about Notre Dame, because their setup's a little bit different. But for an SEC school, if you compare the 3 non-conference or the 4 non-conference games, Arkansas is pretty steep right now.
Yeah, so I'm pulling up the football schedule for next year. BYU and Fayetteville, Kent State, Western Carolina, and FIU. It's a little bit easier, and your East opponent, at least from footballschedules.com, says it's Florida. You'll have to go to Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, but that's not near as bad as the non-conference schedule of Liberty, Missouri State, BYU, and Cincinnati this year.
Yeah. Who was it? Kent State? Who else?
Kent State, the Western Carolina. Tommy, I need to know what's their mascot name. Do you know it? If you guess
the chandeliers.
That's Coastal.
That's Coastal.
That's Coastal, but close. It's the Catamounts. Florida International, the Panthers, and then what's the other one? BYU. Kent State.
I want to write these down because those will be the teams that will be on the rise next year. That seems to be always the way it works. Is if you want to bet, get long odds on futures, those would be the teams to bet on having an above-average season in 23.
Yeah,
so
looking at that,
get out way early on that.
All right, well, real quick, and Tommy, help me on this. So we went to Georgia last year as a company, went to Athens, and it was awesome. That's a great experience. And this year, going back and forth between Provo and Auburn, I think the easy answer is to go to Auburn. Does Provo intrigue you at all to go to? Do you really want to?
Absolutely.
It does? Explain that to me.
You can go to Auburn every other year to watch the Razorbacks play. How many times are you going to play in Utah at that time of the year where the weather ought to be beautiful? I've not spent much time. In fact, the only time I've been in the state of Utah is in the airport, so that doesn't really even count. But got all the all the beauty and the nature. It's not the Grand Canyon, but it's a lot of things to see like that up there. So good skiing in Salt Lake area, and had the Olympics there at once. So yeah, I think if it's I don't know if it's once in a lifetime he's going to play at BYU. But it's going to be a long time again until you play there. So I think you jump on that trip because the Auburn trip's, at least as it's lined up now, always going to be there.
I guess that's fair. Why did you have to now? The guy that's trying to set this up is going to bring your argument and use it against me. Why did you have to bring logic into this argument in this radio show this morning?
Because I'm right. I know you want to go down there and mess around with the pretty little Auburn girls and all that stuff.
There's a lot of brunettes down there, Tommy. It's heaven on earth.
You need you a good woman from BYU. That's probably what you should keep you on the straight and narrow.
A nice Mormon girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be a little bit of a conflict, but no. I get your reasoning and your rationale for the BYU trip. I've been to Salt Lake City, Utah. Fantastic skiing. Deer Valley was incredible. I want to go to Auburn. I just think that would be a fun trip.
Auburn's a great trip, but Auburn will more or less always be there.
And that's very fair. That's going to do it for your SEC update and Tommy's logic, which is impeccable as always. It's brought to you by Ashley Air.
Yeah, Ashley Air, proud sponsors of Razorback Athletics. Ashley Air, it's the one you want. Schedule your service appointment today at AshleyAir.com.
Apparently it is New Year's resolution recommitment day, which I know all of you listening probably dropped your New Year's resolutions in either January or February. My New Year's resolution this year, fellas, was to read more. As a kid, I would read consistently pretty much every day and every night. I read all these different books, the Boxcar Children, the Hardy Boys, all these different books I loved reading back in the day. I have a bookshelf full of some great sports books right now that I probably haven't read 15 of them. And once I get back into it, I like it. I just haven't gotten back into it. That's what I need to recommit to, is just reading more. And in addition to saving money, eating healthier and drinking less. But what would be something that you guys look back on after 2021 ended You're like, man, I need to do this better or this. Tommy, I'll let you go first. What is something you need to recommit to? Maybe well, I'll start. You should be a better boss. That's what I'll start.
Best way to do that. Golf membership.
Golf membership. That's
easy solution.
You recommit already. Just get that golf membership rolling, baby.
I got you boys signed up at Fort Smith Country Club. So I mean, War Memorial. I got you an elite membership at War Memorial Park. So yeah.
We'll settle for
free range balls on Wednesdays.
Double super platinum.
We'll settle for a Pinnacle or a Blessings or a Paradise Valley membership. You can do that. We won't be able to go as much because down here.
I don't think they're going to let someone with your hair into a place like that.
My hair. Ah.
Yeah, it's just.
I thought that was inclusive, not exclusive. No.
Well, they do have standards.
It is National Dare Day. I mean, we can dare Ty to cut his hair for a golf membership.
Nope.
Don't be selfish. Nope. This is company-wide. Take one for the team.
Tommy would say, yes, we'll do it, and then not do it. I just
got me figured out.
I just can't do it. This hair's only going to be with me for a number of years, boys, and it's going to wither away.
Looks like it's thinning already, don't you? I mean, Drew, I heard him talking about it in the break room the other day, boy.
I mean, I can see the part slowly start to go back here on the left side there.
Not funny. It's
widow's peak.
There's certain things we joke about on these airwaves. My hairline receding is not one of them.
That's truth or dare day. I mean, I just wanted to lay out some truth. I mean, it seems like there's a little. The recession's not only in the economy, my man. It seems to be up top there with the cabbage.
It's just not funny. We're crossing lines like we did on Friday.
Clearly, he's sensitive about this.
Well, there's.
People only get sensitive when the truth starts coming out, don't they?
That is true. You only get offended by stuff that truly does affect you.
I only have a few unique features about myself that I'm thoroughly proud of, and my hair and my smile are the only two. So when you attack one of them. It puts me in a corner, and I get vicious when I'm boxed into that corner.
Vicious. Boy, I'm scared already. Aren't you, Drew?
Too,
oh yeah.
Oh, I'm scared now.
You don't
back up a little bit.
You don't want to tick off a kid from Little Rock that much, man. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea, Tommy. So what are you gonna recommit to outside of just being a better boss?
Well, I think I try to commit to that every day.
By the way, I hope you guys can read the room, and by read the room, the sarcasm when I actually say that it is, and I probably shouldn't be joking about that at a time we've had the last couple of days. Tommy actually is a really good boss, so I just need to.
It's not been. Let me tell you something, and I don't want to get off on a tangent here, but everybody thinks being the boss is a lot of fun and filled with a lot of with a lot of benefits. Sometimes you earn your money. And, sometimes being the leader isn't always filled with joy and anticipation and great excitement. Sometimes there are harder days on the post. So it just goes with the territory. But you mentioned reading. I mean that's a great, because I think when you look at the best and the brightest, they read ferociously. I remember my dad could devour a book in half a day. I mean, I've just never had that ability, probably because I don't worked on it. So reading's a good one. As far as something more fun, and I've talked to Clay about this, and I need to dedicate myself to spending time. I want to become a better fisherman. I want to become a better angler, and part of that is learning to tie all the little knots and learning all the things that work with fly fishing and things. And so some of that's me making some time and taking the time to dedicate myself to that, because that's something I want to improve my skill on.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Tommy. Clay just texted me, and I remember when I asked him about this. I think you were gone one morning, and I was asking about the best road trip on Arkansas schedule, and he brought this up a while ago and brings it up again this morning. Yeah. The fly fishing in Provo is fantastic. So I'll tell you what, I'll fall on the sword and jump on the grenade and go with you and Clay to Provo this fall. I will sacrifice a weekend and go not only to Auburn, Alabama, but I'll also go to Provo with you guys, and we can fly into Salt Lake and have a dandy grand old time.
I think I speak for Clay that if me and Clay are going, you aren't going. So
wow.
I think I speak for Clay on that. Hey, speaking of fly fishing, North Central Arkansas is the best. The White River, Bull Shoals, the fish on the lakes. You got the Norfolk River, two of the best trout fishing streams in the world. How would you like to live and work in that area? Ballard & Company CPAs is looking to add to their team right now. If you have an accounting degree, if you're an accountant and working at an accounting firm and want to join a firm with growth and advancement opportunities, you can call Ballard now. They're looking for people with 3 to 5 years of tax experience in corporate and individual returns. If you want to work and live in north central Arkansas, even work some remotely, they're looking for people like you right now. They have over 30 employees on staff, and they are growing their team right now. Ballard & Company has a tax department, accounting services, QuickBooks department, audit department, business advisory department, and information technology department. If you fit into that, call 870-425-6256. That's 870-425-6256 for Ballard & Company.
All right, tomorrow, a Recruiting Thursday with Richard Davenport and Tom Murphy. I'm texting Richard this morning. Tommy, can you believe he's not a seafood guy? I sent him a picture of a po' boy, and he's like, man, not really a seafood guy. So we'll have to get into that and some other recruiting news as well, including the addition of Jalen Lewis. For Tommy, Drew, I'm Ty. Everyone have a great Wednesday.
Seek out all the natural state has to offer this year. Explore Arkansas in a new RV from Grand Design.